is Smythe, host of the Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.
I remember what I was going to talk about. Welcome to Team Podcast, episode 061. My name is Nash, host of Team Podcast, and with me, my co-host, Wells of the Horseplay Podcast.
Not a DJ. Oh, how'd you like that?
That was so clutch. I appreciate it very much.
And on the ones and twos, you got the great DJ Smythe. You don't have to say, do you?
Hi guys, how are you today?
Just baffled.
That was amazing.
How long were you holding that one in?
That's all week, apparently.
You didn't see it coming, though.
No, not at all. It's great.
Just left them all baffled.
Just a mess.
Like, just looking like the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah.
Just deer in the headlights. What is going on, guys? What is going on?
What's up?
Man, it's been a great week in sports.
Well, we just had, like, the weekend of all weekends.
Yep.
Like,
You're right. That was a good call.
we were spoiled this weekend.
Yeah.
We say weekends of all weekends. You got the Masters. And then we go into Raptors. And then we went into
No,
Leafs.
not Raptors.
No,
This is
the,
in general.
Yeah, the NHL
NBA
playoffs.
playoffs.
I'm just talking about that one Saturday.
Yeah.
It was Saturday, right?
Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah. And then you got the playoffs. This is my... No, actually, no, it's not my favorite time of year. My favorite time of year is when baseball starts up. Because then our baseball playoffs, and then football starts up. And
Yeah,
then that's
yeah.
my favorite time of year.
'Cause
But
right now,
second. Probably
right
my
now,
second.
our favorite sport arguably is not playing. So how can it be the best weekend?
Our favorite sport?
That's your opinion.
Well, our favorite sport to talk about is football. We talk about football more than any other sport.
Oh, it's not my favorite sport.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy because it's all in one day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like, football's an event type sport.
Yeah.
Because it's just Sunday and you just talk about it. But, what else is going on this week, guys?
I almost punched a woman yesterday.
Whoa, hang on.
How did that make it onto our show?
I didn't say I did.
I know.
I didn't say I did. I said I almost did. Because obviously you don't punch women.
Better than anything
Unless
I
they
did
ask.
this week, so I guess your story goes first.
It's not much of a story, man. Like, this woman, so, like, I always have, like, encounter, like, most of my, like, stories come from, like, being in the transit system.
Yeah.
And so we were walking down to the sub, like, where the subway trains go, and you can kind of hear if it's there or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was, like, loading passengers, and, like, I'm in the middle of rush hour, so it's not a big deal to me. Like, if I missed it, I missed it. There'll be another one coming in a second.
Yeah.
This lady behind me, like, and we're in single file, so she can't go anywhere unless I'm going anywhere. But I'm not speeding up. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just whatever. I'm like walking down, and so
Now,
like,
was there anyone in front of you?
no,
Okay.
but she couldn't go around me because people are coming up off the train that's waiting, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, but I'm not like lollygagging. I'm just not going fast, and I could see her in the back of my vision. I could see her like trying to get past me, and
She was Hufflepuffing
and so you know
behind
what I
you.
did there? I just pulled on the brakes a bit more, and I was like, I
You're
hate
not
people
gonna
like
make
this.
this.
I hate people who want to rush to get into the subway because I've been hit. People have been hit. I've seen people get like clotheslined, like from people trying to make the train at rush hour when it's gonna come in a minute. There's a little thing that says when the next train's coming, so she doesn't have to buy me. Or sorry, when I get to the bottom of the stairs, she goes around me to try and get to the door, and it shuts in her face. I let out a giggle, and then she looks back at me and stares at me, and like stares at me. And so I take my headphones out of my ear and I said, "What's the problem?" And then she keeps staring at me, and then she tilts her head, and I'm like, "What's the yeah?" I'm like, "What's the problem?" And she doesn't say anything. She just looks at me and then turns her back and walks away.
So she legit didn't say a single word to you.
No,
Okay.
but she stared at me
Oh, she looked at you wrong, and you almost knocked her out.
No.
because it was.
Messing with you.
Think like when I say, I mean like, you know when people give you stares and
Yeah.
like it's like they're disgusted with you, but like, what did I do so wrong? I didn't let her get on the subway, and then you know what? I pointed to the sign that said 1 minute for the next subway.
Now, it being single file, like going up and down the stairs, that's fine. If it was like, you know, there's enough room for you to kind of move over and continue walking, because
Well, she could have got around me.
yeah, that's because I really have a pet peeve about those people.
But like, there's no need for me to rush
Yeah.
to please her.
No, that's true.
She's the one on her own agenda, and everyone
Yeah.
has to get out of her way. Who knows what could have done if I just let her by and she ran to the door and like clotheslined somebody, or like I don't know. Like, I hate people like that. Like, slow down.
It's true.
It's rush hour.
You prevented a transit
I'm not saying
accident
I did.
It's just
Not saying
by
I
not
did.
letting that lady. Well, whatever. who cares?
like, say for example, like escalator etiquette. You know to stand to one side of the escalator.
Yeah, totally.
Even if you're with two people, stand to one side of the escalator.
to the right side.
Yeah,
whatever.
if you don't
Doesn't
want to
matter.
walk up, stay the right side.
Do you know
That's
people don't know that?
Everyone doesn't drive a car.
It's just etiquette. Just you know people don't know that because I went to London when I went to London, England.
In London, that's not a rule.
It's a definite rule.
Oh.
If you don't stand to one side,
Where
they
was
will
you?
push
They
you
fight
down.
you
They
immediately?
will push you down.
I spent some time in the London transit system. I didn't feel. I felt
no,
it was
going
like,
up and down escalators.
I felt like
It's
it was an absolute steamroll.
It's an absolute rule. Stand to one side.
Right.
If you're not going to walk, stand to one side.
stand there.
But
Let the travelers travel.
because I'm a quick walker, It's just people don't have sidewalk or whatever etiquette. You ever walk on a sidewalk and there's just a group of people just standing there talking,
Yeah, all the time.
just in a circle? Like
Yeah, like excuse me.
I kind of make it known. I'm like, because I'm kind of taller, I'll be like walk right up to them and excuse me, right in their back there.
Look, I just want to say, I'm obviously not going to hit a woman, but like when someone stares at me like that,
That was the closest though.
that was as close as like,
As you've come in a long
like
time.
I definitely clench my fist in my pocket, but like don't.
You remember that Chris Rock?
I hate people, man. Like,
Yeah, people are the worst. Remember that Chris Rock joke? He's like, "No, I wouldn't kill somebody." Or he was talking about O.J. Simpson. And what was his late wife?
Nicole Simpson.
Nicole Simpson. Now, I'm not saying I would have killed her, but I understand. That was a joke in Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. And his jokes funny.
I'm not saying I would have killed her, but I understand. I'm not saying I would have hit her, but I understand. So what was your story of the week, Smythe?
Wasn't that good at all. Like not even close. For work, a lot of times I find myself like sitting in my car. If I go into Tim Hortons, I don't like what I see in the Tim Hortons. I just take my Tim Hortons to my car and I pull back and I put a little.
What do you mean you don't like what you see?
Spray.
What,
Like
what do you mean you don't like what
if
you
there's
see?
nowhere to sit, or I think people look bummy, or like if I don't like that situation, because like I don't have to sit in there. You know what I mean? I can just go in my car.
First of all, you're eating from Tim Hortons lunch.
Huh?
First of all, you're eating Tim Hortons.
No, it's usually like at 8 a.m. I go and usually get a coffee and sit down with my like laptop in there and like start. If I don't
Yeah.
get to a Starbucks, if I don't like what I see in there, I just go in my car. So I
Did you
went
say
in
you
my.
take the tray outside? Did you say you take the tray?
No, as a tray, like for my car, you just put it on the car seat, so you can sit in the car and pull the seat back. And
Oh,
you can
okay.
put your
Okay.
laptop.
I
up
thought
or
you took the
whatever.
tray out of.
No, that's
out of-
weird. Why would I do that?
I don't know.
God.
Why do people take
don't
shopping
know.
carts home? I don't know.
That's weird too. So I was sitting in my car, but I was like facing the Tim Hortons, and I don't know what it looks like I'm doing there. But this old couple like walked by and looked at me, and they were immediately like frightened, like I was gonna like jump out the car and do something to them. Now, for the record, I was at Niagara on the Lake, so I was probably in a different area where they don't see as much ethnic things, and they were a senior couple. But that was my experience. I was out, and I just like.
Why did you take that jump?
I'm just-
I knew he was going there. I was like, don't take the jump. Don't take the
Ethnic
jump.
thing.
I'm just saying what I saw, and I didn't understand it. But like I was also in front of Tim Hortons, looking at the Tim Hortons, like sitting in my car. The car's on because it's the only way electricity works. So, so those are the factors. So maybe I was in the weird. Maybe they were in the weird. I don't know. But that's my only story. Like I said, not as good as yours was.
There was no one close to me. All right, FYI, I'm just gonna take a side note here. Yo, your Rhino sucks, Smythe.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
what?
That's why I do other TV
His
things.
TV thing. So
Yeah.
we're here in the office, the Park Daily office, and we're trying to watch the Raptors game. And Smythe has some kind of box set up to watch the game, and it keeps crashing every
You know what,
5
though?
minutes.
It's not the best for live TV.
You know what? I don't mind if it's off.
Really?
I feel like we're too distracted right now.
Oh, see, we've mentioned every single
Because
game
I was trying to tell a
that's on
story and you guys kept pointing. and
Yeah, I kept on
looking
pointing.
at it.
I was pointing to the scores. Well, you can turn it off. You're right there. You can close it. Close it, and we won't get distractions. And boom, no more,
TV.
no more
Look one more
games.
time. Last look at the score, and then you shut
No
it
more
down.
bets.
No bets.
No more bets. But anyway, it keeps crashing. And I turn around and the Raptors game is not there
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. I that's
But anyway,
why.
well said the rules. No more games. Maybe we should have that rule.
No.
No more games while podcasting.
No.
What do you mean?
Not watching any games while we podcast. You tend to get distracted.
We'll miss too much.
Remember, because we podcast like every Thursday night when football was on.
Yeah.
And there would be sections where people would just stop and just look at the game for a little
we
bit.
literally had 3 devices going on right now.
Yeah.
Plus, we have laptops in front of us. It's like, what the hell? Is that a human face? I don't know. I'm like a child. I need, like, some sort of movement. I need colors.
When you guys watch movies, are you on your phone?
No.
What?
I try not to be.
Like what?
At home. When you're
home?
at home? Yeah. Are you on your phone?
Depends. If I've seen the movie before, I know what
Brand new
parts-
movie.
No way. Unless it's crap.
I'm in a household where someone is on their phone constantly. And that's they're doing it. It's like,
Wow. Well,
and I'll say
figure
something.
that one out.
That was gold.
I'll say something like, "Oh, did you see that?" She's like, "Get some what?"
Yeah, she's not watching
Well,
the movie.
you're not watching
then
movies.
She must.
There's no
sorry,
interest,
that
yeah.
person must not be interested
Yeah,
in.
they're just not interested.
No, it's just constant stimulation. I've noticed it. I kept on looking. I'm like, "Huh, you're always on your phone every time you watch something," and that's your prerogative. You can be on your phone all you want. A lot of times when I'm watching a movie, sometimes I might go to IMDb because I'm like, "Oh, who's that person?" And I'll maybe look at his stuff for a second.
I never, ever go to IMDb or Wikipedia while a movie's on.
Really?
Because sometimes you go to it
Yes.
and like I don't want to spoil any movies, but like there's a certain movie I saw and I didn't know that one character played two different people.
Oh,
And so, you know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
like, what does that mean? And
Like,
it's-
oh.
you know what I mean? Like it's just like, so don't ever go on like IMDb or
well,
or
how often
Wikipedia.
does that happen? How often does that happen?
But that's enough to let me know.
Yeah,
that.
often enough to let you know
Or
you
like
made a
sometimes I've
mistake.
like watched the TV show and like I'll look to see who that actor was and I'll say only season 1. I'm like, oh, I guess they died. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. You suck, bro.
I did that with a TV show we're watching now. I did that with Game of Thrones. I was looking up a character, and I was like, oh. And I went to episode 8. I was like, oh, there's no credits there. So then I'm like, okay, now I know not to go ahead.
Yeah.
So yes, you are right. It does. Yeah, you're probably right. It was my own fault. I didn't say anything. I figured it out. Like I didn't say anything in the room. I'm like, I'm not going to ruin it for everybody else. I just ruined this for myself. Question of the podcast. What should I call this?
Question of the day?
Question of the day.
Let's get creative, guys.
Weekly
Yeah.
discussion?
Anyway, what did you say?
Let's
Weekly
get creative.
discussion.
Weekly discussions. Yeah, there we go. That really.
Anyway, you guys, I'll leave it at, I don't know. I'm just throwing up. So anyway, I had one of my random questions here. What is something normal that you can't do? What is something normal you
Jog.
can't?
Wow.
I
What is
can't,
it-
man. It hurts my feet. I'm a big dude.
Like, example. I'll give you an example. Putting things in alphabetical order without singing. Can you do that? Or do you have to sing? So say for example, you're putting something in alphabetical order. Do you have to sing the alphabet?
I definitely know I do not have to sing it. I can do that. No.
You can?
Yeah. Because I've done it.
Wells is like baffled right now. Can you?
Like, you mean, can I recite the alphabet?
Do you
without
have to
singing?
recite the alphabet? Like you're bringing something in alphabetical order, or you want to figure out like what's after P? Do you have to sing the alphabet to figure it out?
It's funny how like our mind
Yeah.
registers that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I
Well-
don't think that's anything to do with.
It's how do you right now if you see
I
the
think
alphabet,
it's just like
you know
it's
the
just
song.
like memory. Like that's one of the first things you learn when you're a kid,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's.
I definitely have to sing. I Up to a certain point, I can figure it out, but I definitely have to sing.
Is it singing or is it just the
Reciting the alphabet, whatever. If you're reciting,
You're reciting it, but it's like, how did you learn how to recite it? And so that's
Yeah.
what's helping you. If you recited the alphabet like in like a Viking chant, like you know what I mean, like, you would probably refer back to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for example, if I said what comes after R.
S.
Yeah, you're
T.
right. Yes, yeah, I had to sing it right there. I had to sing. I had
No,
to
but
go
like
through it.
that's
Yeah.
everyone's different. Man.
Everyone's different.
Another example is snapping your fingers. Like a lot of people can't snap their fingers.
Ooh, I can't do like the whistle blow with my fingers.
Can't
Oh, I can't do that either. Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how people do that, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are you blowing into?
It baffles my mind. But do you have something that normal people can do and you can't do?
Like, I said jog, man. I
Jog?
hate. I
You
hate.
hate jogging?
Like, I
You
can't.
got anything, Smith?
It hurts because I like.
Nah. Let me see your. Can we see a pen for a second? Can you do that thing with the pen where you spin the pen on your?
That's not really a normal thing, is it?
Do it.
Oh shoot, I can't do it, but
Can't do
it
that.
depends on the pen. You can't
Yeah.
spin your finger.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I'm like bad at like folding stuff and like.
Calf.
Folding stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say my success rate of like when I put sheets on my bed, them staying like that for more than 10 minutes.
Just.
I don't know what I do wrong. Like
What do you mean? Like the sheet will come up off the
yeah, like I just and I have a dog too, right? So anytime she goes on there, like it's like I don't know what happened. Why is it off? Like what did I do wrong? And then you date someone and you go to someone's house and you're like, How are your sheets always on?
Maybe I'm the wrong size.
Yeah.
No, because that's what I thought. I thought I had the wrong one. Okay, I'll get a bigger one. And then even worse, like it was like I had like a garbage bag in my bed, like that Missy Elliott video. You know, it's like all puffy.
Yeah.
And then
So
like
Wells'
that's
answer is Wells can't make his bed. That is the
hilarious.
answer. That is his
That's
answer.
fair, yeah.
That is his answer.
I
right there.
can't say the word precipitation.
it's not a normal thing though. Like when do you say that?
All the time.
Precipitation?
Like to say it fast in a normal sentence, I have to slow down, just like I did right now, and think about it. I cannot say it fast. Like so, if you ask me, "Oh, it's raining outside," it's precipitation.
No one ever says that.
Precipitating?
No one ever
Precipitation.
says.
You know what's
But at
funny?
least you can say it. I
Wells
can't say the
hasn't
word.
even attempted the word. Let's start at the beginning with that.
Precipitation.
He hasn't even tried it.
But like, because you know how often I say that word.
Never.
Never, but I can't
Is
say
it precipitation or precipitation?
Precipitation.
It's precipitation.
So you've been saying it wrong your whole life.
Precipitation.
Now you've said
It's
it right.
pronunciation because he says no. It's not you. It says Toronto.
He said per.
How do you say the city we live in?
Toronto.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah,
pronounce
see,
the T.
Toronto?
Yeah. He just
No,
pronounce the
it's
T.
like two N's instead of that one.
Yeah,
T.
yeah.
Yeah.
Toronto.
There's another city. What's another city like that? Anyway, whatever. I can't remember.
That's a good one.
You can't. Can you come up with anything, Smith?
I just got one.
Oh, sorry, you did.
Yeah.
What did you say?
What did I say?
Obviously, I didn't hear you. So, like, whatever.
Just so good at so many things.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna find out later. Eh?
Yeah. We'll see.
Any recommends a award for you guys?
No hate this week. I just have a recommend.
Nice.
Shoot.
Coachella
No.
and watching it live.
Have you been watching it live? I've been watching a few things. Like I saw Pusher T. That's pretty good.
I didn't catch. I just caught mostly the sort of like main like things at the end.
Main events.
Like Childish Gambino, I stayed up till 4 a.m. to watch him.
Oh, jeez.
It was worth it, man.
You love Childish Gambino.
I just think he's creative.
Yeah,
like
man.
he's different, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the most talented people
I think he had his phase where he tried to copy Kanye for a bit, and then he kind of went in his own path. And it's insane, man. And like watching that performance was unreal. The production value and like how much thought went into it, and like the set, how it all made sense. It was just crazy.
Is Coachella and new like Oscars were the biggest performances of the year done there
Oscars.
So what I noticed this year is
The biggest concert.
now? Yeah, the biggest.
I don't think it's
performances.
the biggest festival. Like
No,
I mean, I think it's a big festival, but
Yeah.
like what they did this year is they like
Was more main.
all the main performances were like productions. Like it wasn't like okay, this band's going up next and here we go. Like it's like they had like fireworks and like light shows and like audio and like visual stuff was all. It was like going to someone's concert,
Yeah.
at like a venue,
Yeah. So
but
it's
it was at a festival.
Yeah, so the opening act like regular acts,
But,
and
but it was
events were,
live.
like-
It was obviously live streaming. They have different camera angles, and it looked like it was like filmed, like it was like a movie.
Yeah,
So it was
the
like-
production in that has gone up a lot.
Yeah,
Now,
I think they had never done it before like that.
I think Coachella is the biggest names as far as festivals are concerned.
I mean, it depends.
in North
I-
America.
Yeah,
You say
probably
that.
North America.
For
Well, I
sure.
can't even think of another one.
Like, do you know who closed out Saturday?
No.
Well, then it's not the biggest name. It's like
Well, there are bigger. Who closed out?
Tame Impala. Well, they're not a huge name, but they're amazing. Like they're,
Yeah.
and I think that's what they went for is like amazing like acts and like
Performances.
yeah.
I think that so the Oscars, for instance, like or the people stop going to the Oscars, right? Artists aren't supporting anymore. I think Coachella is taking that.
You mean Grammys?
The Grammys.
I was like,
Yeah, like the
why do you keep saying
Oscars,
Oscars?
I think Coachella is now the pinnacle of like top end performances in North America.
Well, they're doing okay. That's fair.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
fair. But, and
No, yeah, I think-
they're
I think-
doing it
yeah.
2 weeks. But I'll tell you who stole the show.
Go.
Some 18-year-old kid
tell me
named
my
Billie
girl,
Eilish.
my
man.
girl.
Holy
I keep
cow.
hearing this girl's name, and I have no idea. Maybe I'm just too old.
I told you,
I have
yeah.
no idea.
I thought I was too old too.
I
but,
recommended
like,
her about a month ago on this show.
Really?
Yes, bury a friend.
Okay.
And I said-
I couldn't believe at like.
I think I'm just too old for her. I'm probably
I'm
not
not too sure if I like her music that much. I appreciate it. Like I think it's different. It's
Yeah.
good. But like the performance was like I couldn't take my eye off it. It was crazy, and I was like, "Who is this person?" I'm like, "She's like an 18-year-old kid."
She's
and
got
like
the
her
eye
brother
of
does all her
everyone.
production.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And like
Nice.
she's I don't know, man. She's completely different. I'm really like into this chick. Like you know who kind of got me like this a couple years ago was Lorde, and
Yeah.
I was like very similar sort of like young kid, but like way too like ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Like anyways, man, Coachella was cool. Like, I know a lot of people like joke at like all the people that go there for it, and it's true. Like, you get a different crowd, and you get like a bunch of rich kids who go.
Like, I'm seeing a bunch of like Instagrammers. Like, they just go down there to put on their costumes.
Totally.
Like, and it's a whole thing, putting on makeup, and I'm sponsored by this person. Blah blah blah, stuff like that. Like, you're gonna get a lot of that too. But that's what happens when these festivals become big, right? You're gonna get that.
Influencers go. It's
I guess I do have one warrant actually, because someone's career is pretty much done, I think, and like they're just losing his Kid Cudi, man. He closed out the Saturday night. Like, I stayed up to like 5 a.m. to watch him.
What's the last good Kid Cudi album?
Kids See Ghosts.
It's not that good.
It's
like
good.
2 bangers on
It was a good.
When was that? When did that come out?
It was last summer.
That was with
Summer
Kanye.
Okay, it probably wasn't that good.
He was terrible.
It probably wasn't that good.
He's terrible. Like, just the way he performed. Like, I mean, I can still bang a couple of his albums from like back in the day, but he was like losing it. Like, he can't hold a note. He was just. Seeing Gambino on Friday and seeing him on Saturday, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, maybe the lifestyle's got to him. Maybe that happens sometimes, right?
Well, I mean, this Coachella sounds like it's a pinnacle performance, and does Kid Cudi belong on that stage? They tried to grab
their act.
They tried to grab big artists plus little artists.
Yeah,
it seems like Coachella to him, right?
It makes sense, but I'm just like, performance-wise, he was never there. Let's be honest.
I think that's it. I think like his albums are good, but like he's not like a
I have no idea. I've never seen him perform, so I have no idea if he's a good performer or not.
No,
but obviously you're saying he's not good now. So
maybe I was just like spoiled by what I saw before I saw him. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
Any recommends warrant from you, Smythe?
Just a warning, man. I gotta go to yesterday. Twitch suspending that poor girl's account for the cosplay.
Oh no!
Come on, man! You actually put it as a warrant?
So,
what are you warning?
My warning is basically like, don't take racial tensions too far, because I think that
you want to explain to the people who haven't seen this.
Yeah. So what happened was,
and no one's gonna agree with you about this.
I know you guys don't know, or maybe you guys do know. Apex Legends, very popular game. There was an influencer that does cosplays, and she does a cosplay of a character called Lifeline. So she's the African girl in the game,
the black girl in the game,
right? So the white girl
black-faced.
She didn't blackface.
That's exactly what it is.
That is not what blackface is for beginners.
What is blackface?
Blackface is when you take black tar, paint
No.
When a white person dresses like a black person for any reason, that's not what blackface is.
Keep going.
So she basically like paints her skin the same color as the character and puts on a pretty epic cosplay. And Twitch bans her account for saying that she blackface. But I think it's a racially charged move and not a move that was based on exactly what she was doing, which was cosplaying a character. And that's just my recommend. I think you can't take it too far. People are expressing themselves and they're doing something in honor because it's an admiration, obviously, of a character. I don't think you have to discipline that person because you think it's ethically right to do, because that's what the world is telling you. That's my one. Don't take it too far.
So you can't blackface, dude. You cannot do that. You just can't. You can't.
I don't care where you're, like... I'm the last person to be talking about this because I'm a white male. So, like, this doesn't offend me at all. But I'm not the person who should be offended by it, right? Like, this is, like... Sure, I can be a social justice warrior and be like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, you just don't do certain things anymore. You don't. And it's, like, whether you are affected by it or not, you just don't do it. And
if she just put on a costume and said she was that person, fine. You're white. You're that person. That's fine. You don't have to put the black man. Was she being malicious? Was she going out and doing that? No, she was not. 100% she was not. But you can't do that. You can't. You can't.
I thought it was a great cosplay.
I've gone on Halloween and dressed like a quote unquote white character. I never put white makeup on. I was a white character. Who was I? I was Red Hood. Like two. This is a Batman character.
I did Maverick for Halloween once.
Did you put white makeup on?
No, I understand it, but what I'm saying is that
you understand you can't do it though.
Even if you say it's wrong, I don't think banning your account on Twitch.
Whiteface isn't a bad thing. Like,
no,
there's
nothing
related to it.
Okay,
if people were to say you can't do that because I can't do blackface, what like there was no whiteface that set us back or made us look
the
bad,
blackface
right?
has
the
historical
has
racial
that's why you
connotations. That's why you don't do it. Now, oh shoot, you said something. I was going to say something about it. Anyway, I can't remember.
What?
I was going to make a point, but I can't remember what my point was now anyway. But anyway, you just can't do it. Just dress up as a character. Don't put. She wasn't malicious.
No, and I
Sorry,
think,
this is what I was going to say. Banning her account. Okay, I might see where. Okay,
right.
maybe.
I think that's fair because it's saying
Okay.
don't do this.
Okay.
And it's not just for her; it's for anyone else who tries to do it
Tries
again.
to do it.
Yeah.
I think you can't erase issues or get past issues if you're still treating things like that.
But you guys can't do that. You can't. do that.
I understand, but as long as we keep saying you can't do that, we're never gonna have actual
Conversation?
qualities or that conversation unless you can celebrate because it's
Hang on, wait. Being able, as a white person, being able to paint your face black, it's not an equality thing. It's not an equality
I
thing.
get no. I'm saying, but I'm saying we have to get to the point where you're like, hey man, that's a good cosplay, and you leave it at that. Right? And people in the comments say whatever they want, but you can say, hey man, great cosplay, you did a good job, because she looked exactly like the character.
Maybe she just put on a mask. Anyway, let's get past this. Maybe she just should have grabbed a mask or something. Whatever. Any other recommends word?
Nope.
Recommends. I got. Has any of you guys ate at Egg Bay
No.
on Augustine? Must recommend. Must. They only have about 3 to 4 sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches. They're known for breakfast sandwiches in Toronto on Augusta in Kensington Market. They only have about 3 or 4 sandwiches, but every single one of them is just delicious. Just delicious. Recommend Egg Bay, Andre Giant. Have you seen this, Smith?
No.
So good. So good.
The documentary?
Yeah, the documentary. Really good. It's put on by it's on HBO, The Ringer videos. So it's Bill Simmons. It's a Bill Simmons joint. Executive produced it.
I
And
don't remember Andre the Giant playing for the Celtics or the Red Sox.
is the reason you hate Bill Simmons because he's a homer?
No, he's just not entertaining.
Really? I disagree. When's the last time you actually listened to him?
The first time when I was like, I don't like this guy.
Oh, really?
Right at the beginning.
Just right at the beginning.
I made that decision.
You know what I will admit though is he's created some sort of like empire with interesting like stuff, but
Twice.
Nah, he's just like he's not that good, man.
I think
But
he's
that's
very-
another topic for
Yeah,
another
yeah.
day.
I would debate you on that one, but anyway. And since you speaking of Charles Gambino, Guava Island. Have you heard of this? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Had the
It's
time
it's
yet.
very short. It's a performance piece.
Losing the words. Describe it.
No, I just glanced over at what Smythe was doing. I was like, is this guy pulling a mark? Anyway, yeah, it's a performance piece because he does like musical. So he does 3 musical acts in the thing. It's very short. It's about an hour. Very small, contained story. Very good. I liked it. Rihanna's not really given a lot to do, and
She just stands.
I don't know if she's a good actress or not. I have no idea.
Have you ever seen her in a movie and been like, "Wow, good job"?
I haven't seen her in a movie. The only other movie I've seen her in is Battleship,
Oh,
You didn't see
and
Ocean's
she didn't really do a lot in that
She's
either.
terrible in it. But did you not see?
And I never
Ocean's
watched it.
8?
No, I never watched it. I never watched that yet. That's the only other one that I think she has a larger role in, but I never saw that.
She has a larger role in it.
I thought she was good in This Is the End.
Yeah. She's
Oh, that was funny, but she was playing herself though.
Yeah, they were all playing themselves, but like
Yeah.
a joke version of it.
Yeah.
And my other beef with the Guava Island is
Other beef.
there's 2 beefs with it. No, it's a recommend. I recommend you watch it, but there's just
Well, this is why we warn you.
no
was the
Rihanna.
first beef?
The Rihanna.
Oh, what?
Just the fact she's there.
In her forehead.
And the second one is Donald Glover is the only one without an accent because they're supposed to be in a Caribbean island. In the beginning of the movie, he tried,
And they're just
and
like,
then like I don't know, maybe a quarter way he
cut,
stopped.
cut.
He just stopped. I was like, where does accent go?
You can't do this.
It's a small thing. It's kind of jarring when you see. It's like,
Wait a minute.
okay, everyone else has an accent, and the girl from Black Panther who played his sister, she's also in that.
Shuri.
Yeah, Shuri.
I feel like she should not be in anything else ever again. Everyone loves her so much.
What do you mean, man?
What do you mean? She's been in I think 2 of the movies after this.
Yeah, no, but everyone just loves her so much in Black Panther that she just be like a
There's a lot of people that came out of
I
Black
thought
Panther.
she was good in Black Mirror before I saw her in Black
she
Panther.
would
Yeah.
have a character forever now. She just like
She's one of the best characters in that movie, to be honest with you. From Black Panther?
I just
Yeah,
think
I
there
don't-
were so many characters I didn't expect her to be that good, but she
Yeah.
was, she almost stole the show.
Yeah, she's the number. Like right now, if she just stopped acting, she'd be a legend for that.
A legend.
Legend. They love her in Black Panther.
And in Infinity War, when she basically told Banner he's an idiot.
She's the smartest person on Earth.
Is she whose Lifeline is made after? I don't know why we're talking so much about Lifeline today, but
Is she the smartest person in that universe?
No, in the world, not in the universe, on the planet.
Wait, what are you talking about?
wasn't she supposed to be
She's the smartest person on Earth.
Oh, sorry, in the
that
character.
universe?
Yeah, the character.
Because I said the character, and you said no, in the plot of planet.
No,
I
you
was
said
like,
the
what?
universe, and I'm like, no, not in the
No,
universe.
sorry, in that universe, in that Marvel universe, as I said.
Yeah, no, but no, on planet Earth.
On that planet Earth, yes, she's
Yeah.
portrayed to be the smartest
Yeah.
person in the Marvel Cinematic Universe on planet Earth.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we got that figured
Yes,
out.
Yeah.
thank you. It's very confusing. In the comic book, she is not. She is
Right.
not. She was never shown to be that smart.
We're halfway.
Smart, but not to the level that she is at right now. So,
All right.
and my warn: has anyone seen Unicorn Store?
No.
I'm basically the only one here watching the Netflix major releases. I'm watching them all.
You got all the time in the world, man.
No.
Brie Larson's first directorial debut, teamed up again with Samuel L. Jackson. A very weird movie because it plays like she's 16, but she's a 30-year-old woman. And the whole time through the movie, I was just screaming, "But you're 30 years old." It doesn't like it's about her growing up.
Yeah.
But the whole time during the movie, I'm like, "You're 30. You're already grown." Like, I don't understand what's going on. If it was a 16-year-old or someone going on to 20, I'd understand. But the fact that she's 30, it just didn't play well.
You see Veronica Mars?
But she looked younger. That's the thing, though. Veronica Mars looked younger, but she's not trying to be a tween. You know what I mean?
get
In
you.
Veronica Mars?
Yeah.
Is it? You have to watch the movie to understand what I'm talking about. It's like she's trying to play like she's younger and she's growing up and she's trying to get out of the house. But I'm like, you're 30 years old.
You watch
It just doesn't play right.
You watch 90210 over?
And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a unicorn type thing." I'm not spoiling anything. This is in the trailer. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a unicorn." I'm like, "You're 30 years old." It just doesn't play
I can't
right.
get into this.
Anyway, yeah, that's my warn. That's if you're gonna check it out, I guess. But whatever. What was that?
I was like, I have the scoreboard in front of me, and sometimes an ad comes on.
Oh, okay.
So, sorry, I didn't have it on mute.
I'm just gonna mute mine. There we go. just to make sure. Everyone just muted their computers right now.
Okay, let's carry on.
Want to get into some topics, guys?
Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
Sports.
Sports.
Oh man, we're not even on sports yet. Game of Thrones. Okay.
Game of Thrones. Anyone want to kick this off? Episode 1. So we're gonna be doing this. So spoilers.
There you go.
Spoilers.
If you didn't get a chance to watch it, it's too late.
Too late.
Too late.
When you say spoilers, that means people can fast forward to another point.
Yeah. Spoilers. All right. Where do you guys want to start with this? It's episode 1, season 8.
What do you mean where? There's not much to talk about.
Did you like it? Hated it?
The problem is that
Rated out of 10.
after 2 years, you need a little refresher. You need something that builds up your storylines. I'm gonna give it a 7, and the reason why I give it a 7 is because it touched
Hang on,
on.
wait. So you're giving me a 7.
Yeah.
What are you giving it?
5.
Wow, that's pretty low. 8. 8. So why are you giving it a 7, Smythe?
The only reason it gets 7 because it touched on every major storyline.
No, it didn't.
Almost, pretty much.
Almost, but
every-
didn't. Yeah,
every
but anyway,
major
continue.
storyline. And it hit basically on things that are gonna come up. So we obviously know the big things are gonna happen, but there's a bunch of small things that we may have forgot of over the past 2 years, and it just brought us back to where all the characters are and what all their different
I don't think
ambitions
it did that
are.
at all.
Well, as
think
you
it
read
did that.
along, I'm going to show you how it went through every character, and you see what their individual plot is within the bigger plot.
No, but you make it seem like it went back. They didn't go back. They're going forward. And I think they're moving things like a chessboard. Like, this person's here now. This person's here now. It's not like it went back and, like, refreshed you.
Didn't we know that at the end of last season? where
No,
everyone
they're
was?
moving things around now more, I think, now.
Well,
Well, then again, you just recently watched it well, so you would know a little bit better.
As you break down your points, I'll explain to you how they're breaking back and they're showing you
Okay, well-
ambitions of characters as they go along, because it's not the main storyline is not what every character's interested in, even though it's the biggest storyline, right?
Well, the first thing I noticed right away is the scale of it. Because most of the time, they'll have a few episodes here and there where there's like a grander scale, where they probably obviously use up all the budget on these episodes. Right away I noticed, because right away when they're opening up, the army's coming in, the Unsullied army's coming in, and you see the dragons flying over the castle and whatnot.
There's only 6 episodes. So
Great.
Yeah.
It's only 6 or 8.
6. Same
6?
budget, 6 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're actually throwing more budget into it. So they're
Yeah.
blowing their wad on these episodes. So right away I just noticed the scale of it. The dragon CGI was pretty good, even though I can tell sometimes they're on a green screen, especially when they're riding the dragons.
What do you want them to be on? There's 0 other options for flying through the air on a dragon.
No, but you don't always tell people are on green screen type thing. That's what I'm talking.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Because if you looked at Daenerys and what John, the shadowing is all wrong. That's how you can tell that they're on a green screen. Anyway, whatever.
8 out of 10 though.
For the story, I liked it. That's just the opening shots. Any points you guys want to touch on this episode? I got my points, but anything you guys want to touch on?
We're just gonna go over your points.
Just write down my points. Daenerys meeting Sam.
Sansa. Or Sam.
Sam, John's friend in the catacombs. Remember when they brought him down?
Towards the end.
Oh yeah, Westward.
Yeah, that's around the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Closer to the end.
Yeah, I'm just gonna touch on points. I'm gonna go all over the place here. That's so whatever.
Yeah. So.
So remember,
Basically telling I slaughtered your family.
so she came down and basically she wanted to thank Sam for saving her friend. I can't remember that guy's name. Again, there's too many characters. I can't remember what his name. And it basically led up to, on accident, because he mentioned his family's name, and she's like, "Oh, you mean this person? Oh yeah, I killed those guys. Well, at least my brother's still alive, and I can go back home." No, I killed him too.
They did too, homie.
I killed him too.
No,
and you
well,
can see the emotion in Sam's face. That was pretty.
So how that digs into deeper stuff. Khaleesi's entire storyline is based on how she is the queen of the 7 kingdoms, and if you don't get down, you lay down. Similar to Juice, right? And like she said, he refused to bend the knee, right?
Yep.
So and the brother
she's like power
all
hungry
stood
right now.
beside
Yeah.
and refused to bend the knee, right? So
And who was it? It was the what's the guy's name? Short guy there.
Tyron.
Yeah, he warned her. Hey, don't do this. Don't kill them. He's like, no, they didn't bend down, so I'm going to kill them. In that previous season.
yeah, because her only goal, she doesn't care about White Walkers. She doesn't care about none of that stuff. She wants her 7 kingdoms, and she is the queen.
She wants the throne.
She tells everyone she is the queen. You bow down, right? So now Sam's ambitions, you don't know what they are, but they're definitely going to be changing, right?
We can say going forward now, like that. Again, he warned her not to do it, and now going forward because now he figured out that Jon was a Targaryen, and he went to go tell Jon now, and he's pushing Jon because at the end of the season 7, Jon basically took the knee and now says, "Hey, Daenerys or whatever, Khaleesi, you're the queen, and I bow down to you." Now Sam's saying, "No, you are the king. You are the rightful king. You have the heir and all that stuff. Yeah. You should be king," and push it on her now. Yeah. Type thing. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, would she give up that power? Do you think, if knowing the way Khaleesi is, would she give up that power now, Wells?
Now you're asking me to predict?
I'm just asking. I'm just saying. What do you know? You watched it recently. Would she, if Jon came to her and goes and says, "You know what? I just figured out I'm the actual king of everything."
We're gonna have to find out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're sleeping together, so they're probably just going to get married.
Yeah. You're the one who just said Khaleesi's all about that power, and either you get down or you
lay down.
Or you lay down.
Yeah.
You think she's gonna say, "Oh, that's cool. You're king now, Jon. Oh, that's fine."
Well,
that's
if she takes a husband, he would be king anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Be king and queen.
Khaleesi doesn't seem the type of person to share power.
Yeah.
It's I'm queen and you're behind me type thing.
Have you seen her mess around at all?
Sansa not liking Khaleesi,
Yeah.
giving her cut eye the whole show, the whole episode.
Well, Sansa's upset because Jon gave up his title as King of the North,
Yeah.
right? Which means obviously that they're now just lords. What are they called now?
Lords and ladies. So she's like basically just stewardship, or she gets to
Yeah.
probably guard over the castle or whatever.
She just
but-
got used to having power, so it's one of those things where, and she just got rid of what's the name, Littlefinger.
Littlefinger.
She's got rid of Littlefinger, so she's having a little power.
She
surge
killed
of
him,
her own.
right?
She had him killed, I guess. Yeah, he got him.
Yeah. Okay, I don't remember.
Yeah.
How he died.
Yeah. So she's a little power hungry, and then obviously Jon comes back saying he's brought help, he's brought these crazy armies, but he's renounced his title, which the North doesn't like, right? And the North doesn't care who you are; they don't have loyalty. So when they named him King of the North, even though he had zero title at all, because he was a bastard son, right?
Yes.
So to go from Bastard Son, Jon Snow, the name of not even a person, to King of the North was huge for the North. And now he walks away and gives that title away to Khaleesi of, I don't know where she's from.
Targaryen.
She's a Targaryen.
Targaryen.
So, yeah, that's another huge storyline, right? Another small plot that comes in that's not the White Walker plot that's going to decide a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Jon maybe bonding with a dragon there on that flight. Maybe that's his dragon now, type thing. Or do you even notice that?
Yeah.
That they kind of maybe bonded?
Yeah, that's the whole point of him getting on and riding it. He's going to ride that dragon.
Well, now you can say that Khaleesi only has one dragon now.
Well,
And
no,
Jon
that
has the other
dragon's not going to choose over, right? He's going to choose his mother over a random dude. Hoping. I don't know what happens. Yeah.
Bran. Do you think was Bran outside the whole time?
I don't know, man.
Did you see the magic? He disappears, bro. He's just like...
Was he sitting outside the entire time?
I don't know,
He's
man.
been
He
outside.
shows up.
Yeah.
He shows
He doesn't
up.
move. He didn't physically
You know
move
what I
the
think?
entire episode.
You know what I think? They stuck him outside and they left him outside because nobody likes him. It's like, this kid's annoying and he's so nosy. Because every time you would be doing something, talking to somebody, you turn around,
He's there.
there's Bran just staring at you.
And he tells you something that already happened. You're
Yo,
like,
mind your own business, bro.
Yeah.
Mind your own business. But he said he's out there waiting for a friend, an old friend.
yep.
And then Jamie comes out. That basically ends the episode because Jamie came in now. Theon freeing his sister.
Whoa, we didn't explain why that's important.
Go on.
The very first episode of Game of Thrones in general, Bran was climbing. So he climbed the entire episode and he caught Jaime and Cersei
Brother and sister.
making love, which was the biggest secret in the Seven Kingdoms.
And he pushed her in kryptonite.
So
He pushed her off the tower.
pushed Bran off a tower, and that's why Bran lost his legs. And I guess that's how he ended up.
I was in
becoming
a
one-eyed
room with somebody. I was in a room watching this, and after the episode was done, she turned to everyone and goes, "Why is Jamie staring at Bran like that?" And everyone was like, "What? Are you kidding me? Did you not?" That basically started off everything.
Yeah. That's like episode number 1.
Yeah, that basically
So
started off everything.
technically, like, we have no idea what Bran is thinking, right?
I know what he's
Jaime's
thinking.
shocked.
I know what he's thinking. I know what Bran's thinking. I'm pretty sure Bran's over this because he's not Bran anymore.
Yeah, he's way over this.
Yeah, he's Bran anymore. Now I think he's gonna help Jamie get over this stuff. All the stuff that he's dealt with. I think he's gonna help Jamie get over it. That's what I think.
That's a very good. You think he's gonna be his therapist?
Yeah, for the most part. Like, get over what you thought. You're going to be very important in this coming up war and all that kind of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Jamie coming at the end. Theon freeing his sister. Now, Theon's going to come and probably join up with a group. It's kind of like Avengers Infinity War now, eh?
Yeah, they're all right. All the heroes are coming together.
Because when those guys went off to... I don't even remember these guys' names, but it was like... a bunch of those guys, and they found that kid hung up on the wall.
Yeah.
I was like looking at them, and I was like, "Oh, it's a super team." Like, now you're gonna see like little groups of like super teams just teaming up and just going off and doing little adventures.
Everyone who's left face, yeah, they're pulling guys and people together and putting together squads.
Sansa's sister, what was her name? Arya.
What?
I can't remember these characters' names. I'm sorry. I'm just bad at names. She went face to face with the Hound. Yeah, the Hound. Went face to face with the Hound. Basically stared him down. And she also... Does she like that? The Forager guy? The guy who makes all the weapons?
Yeah, I think that's a
Does she
budding,
like
that's
it?
a budding romance there, which is weird because I feel like Arya's like 5 still. So I was like, oh, what are they? Are they gonna have like a scene? That's gonna be so awkward. Please don't do that. You know what I mean?
The incest doesn't bother you, but...
No, yeah. The kids.
That's dropped
come
a
on.
lot.
Come on.
But why did you think it was low, Wells? Why did you think it was...
Because you guys have, I don't know how long it's been since you watched.
Since the last episode.
Yeah.
Eric.
You've been watching.
So
it
you've
all
been
the way
waiting
through.
for
A year and a bit.
a year and more than a half a year, and this, the way that season 7 ended, the undead dragon just
Blew down the wall.
blows down the wall, and you're like, oh man, here we go.
Yeah.
And then it's like there's no sense of urgency. There's no everyone's just kind of farting around. Oh, hey, there you are. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, hey, hey.
My whole thing is, it did feel... I did question as the show was going on. I'm like, the White Walkers are right there. Like, they're there.
They come.
They're right there.
Like,
They're
where's
like
the urgency? Let's go.
it's like we're sitting in the office. The White Walkers are next door,
No.
and they're you are right. They are
And
kind of.
they have a dragon. Like, we gotta get ready.
From the Wall to Winterfell it seems pretty far because they were just bringing in the dragon glass to build.
Well, remember
the
they
weapons.
sent that kid
Yeah.
to go get his people and come back.
Yeah.
The White Walkers are there. So that kid took his time to get over there. The White Walkers are there. They're right there.
They're already past it because
Yeah.
they killed the kid and they hung him up.
Yeah, they're there. Because remember, those guys said we have to go back to Winterfell, but they said, "Oh, the White Walkers are in our way between us and Winterfell." So
They might get there next episode.
I kind of understand what you're saying, Wells. Because truly they're there, and it didn't really feel that urgent. It's like, yeah,
The one thing that's been lost as seasons have gone down is the concept of like things taking time. Because before, a character would go like Tyrion would go to the Wall
from
and he'd
here to
be
next
there for,
door,
like,
from here to next door, and
yeah,
it'll take
yeah.
3
Tyrion would go to
episodes.
the Wall and he'd be there for like half the season. Now it's like they go across the entire Westeros in like 1 second. So the concept of time.
Well, they
is
did
kind
that.
of
They did it
lost.
last season. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
trying to speed this up.
They got to figure it
Which
out.
I don't know why. I don't know why I just don't. Oh, whatever.
How long are they
We
gonna
got
do
6
this for?
episodes, guys.
Yeah.
No, I know, but he could have made another. Make 9 seasons. I don't know. You know.
whatever.
But anyway, the speed is. Yeah, that doesn't really bother me.
I don't want to wait another 2 years for another 6 episodes.
So in general, maybe you might change your mind when everything's said and done, Wells. But
Well, that's
as far
the
as,
show, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
like it's not like everything has to happen at once, but like this is the end. This is the
Yeah.
culmination of everything. This is why everyone's so jacked up about it, right? Like, let's see some stuff happen. Let's go.
Because they basically set up 2 or 3 whammies. Oh, and I forgot the Dirty Pirate. Forgot about that guy.
Oh man!
Forgot the
And
consummation of the relationship with
with
Cersei.
Cersei with the Instagram quote of the year already.
Right? Don't
Like-
say it.
What was it?
Don't say it.
Oh, if you want a whore, buy one.
Yeah.
But if you want a queen, earn one.
Yeah.
And then she ended up sleeping with him anyway.
Like 2 seconds later, people are like, "Oh, that took time for him to earn." I'm like, "No, he didn't. He walked up past mountain and then just like went right into her chambers."
I watched it again today just to get my refresher. She didn't cry after, but there was no. She didn't cry. There was a turn her head type thinking of things.
At the
type
very
thing.
end of the scene, her face squinches up because what she's been
No,
resisting.
she's thinking.
Squinches.
It wasn't a cry. That's what I mean. Yeah, she turns and squinches and thinking. I don't know if she's.
We're gonna disagree. I think it's a cry because she's gone from someone with absolute power. Someone has to sleep with this guy to get an army.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think she's thinking about the things she has to do
Yeah.
to get to what she's doing.
So
So, she
she's
might like, oh yeah, I gotta
breaks
sleep
down.
with a dirty pirate to get what I gotta do
Yeah.
done
I
type
think
thing.
she broke down because
No, she didn't cry. It wasn't a cry. It was a think.
all right.
There was no tears coming down her eye.
I think she was starting tears. But anyway, sure, whatever.
I just watched it.
I know.
There was no tears.
I know. I'm saying that I think that she broke down because of what she now is. Like instead of her being a powerful queen that had 3 kids and whatever, she's just what she is now. Anyway,
So
Poor
all
girl.
in all,
Poor girl.
I like the episode. I'm guessing you kind of liked the episode
it.
too. Wells wanted just a little bit more bang.
Wells wanted the White Walkers to show up
Again,
at
I don't
Winterfell.
think anything
There.
about that. Like, it wasn't a bad episode.
Yeah.
Like, production is insane.
Yeah.
You're getting to see all the characters come together. But like, I need something, man. Like, there's only 5 more episodes now.
It's probably gonna come now.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna like.
If we didn't get that episode, then everyone would have asked questions about what was happening in all these different storylines. So they had to do it.
There's a few things said. Anyway, we like that. So next week we're gonna do episode 2. Tune in. All right, spoiler part's over. Maybe we'll put a time code. 49.
Yeah, 40 time code on this. When did it start?
I don't know when it started, but I'll say when it ended. So what I wanted to do was a random idea I had last week. So the NHL, like the NBA, has a first team All NBA, second team All NBA, third team All NBA. Basically telling you by positions who are the best players in the NBA. NHL does not have that. Don't know why.
Well, they have awards.
They have awards. So
And they
same with the
have-
NBA. Same with the
And
NBA.
they had like final 3 of that certain position.
But I thought we could start this tradition, making first team NHL, second team NHL, third team NHL. Who wants to kick us off? Do we want to come up with a consensus or just throw it our
We should all
first
name
team?
our teams.
All right,
I
we're
mean,
just gonna-
I feel like they're going to be very similar.
Well,
Hopefully.
Smythe has put his together.
Yeah.
like 5
Hopefully they'll
minutes
be
ago.
similar.
Let me go first.
Thanks.
I'll go first with my first team. We're going to start with first team. So center, I got Connor McDavid.
Unanimous?
Yes.
Yeah, I also have Connor McDavid. Kucherov of the Lightning. And Mitch Marner of the Leafs.
Wow.
No? So you guys agree with Kucherov?
Yep.
Okay, you both have Kucherov, Mitch Marner.
No, I
was
don't
it?
have Mitch Marner.
All right. Gaudreau and Gaudreau of the Flame for what?
We don't have the same first team. Ovechkin scored 50 goals.
No. Sorry, you're just naming your team. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going down my
What
team.
about you're naming another forward?
Huh?
You said Gaudreau. He's another forward.
Did I say Gaudreau?
Yeah, you want your second team? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Can we just get a first team?
We're trying to say Giordano.
Giordano. Sorry.
Okay.
Mark Giordano. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's what I meant.
Got it.
I was like, what? Okay. Yeah. And Dougie Hamilton of the Hurricane.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
I
And
have Giordano as on my first team.
Yep. And goalie, I have Frederick Anderson.
Ooh,
Wow.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Who do you got in your first team? Who else? Who do you got in your first team?
I'll go reverse. My first team goalie is Ben Bishop. When healthy, I think he's elite, and he proved it all year.
Yeah, I was going back and forth with another goalie. But anyway, go on.
Defense, I had Giordano as well, but I had Morgan Riley as the other one. Led the league in goals for defensemen. Just really stepped it up. Turned his.
Is he one of the best goalie defensemen in the league, or just the best defenseman on the Leafs? That's what I kept on going back
both.
and forth. You think so?
He'll be a Norris Trophy candidate. I have no
Okay,
doubt
all right,
about
fair
it.
enough.
Forwards, I had McDavid as well as my center. I had Kucherov on the wing, and Gaudreau was my other one.
Ooh,
Johnny Hockey in the first
I don't want my
team.
second team. Your first team, Smythe.
Alexander Ovechkin.
All right.
It's only 50 goal scorer in the league.
No.
Who else?
No. Draisaitl had 50. Ovechkin had 51, but Draisaitl had 50.
Okay. All right. Kucherov, McDavid. I have to throw Brent Burns in there, man.
That's fine.
Giordano.
That's fine.
Giordano.
Who's your goalie?
Frederick Anderson.
Who's your goalie?
I think it's Anderson.
Really?
I think
So you think he's going to win the Vezina?
No, I don't think he's gonna win the Vezina. But I think if you have to play, he's. I think he deserves it this year. He's played well enough.
He had a bad end to the season, which kind of left a lot of bad taste in
It was
people's
only like a
mouth.
week though, wasn't it? Or
It was
2 weeks?
a month. It was a month.
A month? Okay. Second team. You can start off this one, Smythe.
Steven Stamkos, Nathan McKinnon, Johnny Gaudreau.
Oh wait, hang on. Give me your teams too. Give me the teams.
Steven
The
Stamkos,
team, no, yeah, Steven Stamkos of the Lightning.
Bay Lightning, Nathan McKinnon, Colorado Avalanche, Johnny Gaudreau, Calgary Flames, Morgan Riley, Toronto Maple Leafs, John Carlson, Washington Capitals.
Carlson.
Yep.
I have him on my second team as well.
Yeah. All right. And your goalie?
Ben Bishop.
Are you telling us or you're asking?
I'm asking, is that an okay pick?
Are you telling or are you asking?
Is that okay? Is that an okay pick? That's what I want to put there. I want to put Bishop there.
All right. Who do you got in this one, Who else?
Robin Leonard was my goalie. Really kind of just like helped turn around that team from being the most goals allowed.
Okay, I don't hate that. Yeah, I don't hate
to
that.
the least goals allowed in the NHL.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I also have Carlson. I have Burns on my second team. I just think he's more of an offensive-minded guy. He's not as great defensively. I had McKinnon as my center. I put Ovi here on the second unit. And Brad Marchand.
All right. Don't hate that. Sidney Crosby is my center. Pittsburgh Penguins. I think he just carried the team throughout the whole season because you got a lot of guys in and out. And arguably, you can make an argument he's the best player in hockey. So how are you going to leave him off any of these teams?
You can't just be like he's on the list because he's the best player in hockey.
Hey, 100 points, man.
Wouldn't you want like? It's not that he is one of the best players in hockey.
Yeah, no,
he also carried the Pens.
Tell me he scored 100 points this year. He deserves to be here. Don't get me wrong. There's
Well, I'm not just going off stats. I'm going to tell you how he played and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Brad Marchand. Also, you had them on there. Johnny Gaudreau, two forwards. Brad Marchand on the Bruins. Johnny Gaudreau of the Flames. Ryan McDonough of the Lightning. Getting one of those offensive guys. You cannot not have any of these Lightning guys on there. Like, the best team in hockey.
On every team.
And yeah, I just think he just led their defense.
Really? He led their defense?
I knew that was coming.
Well,
But you know what's also funny?
who'd you think?
You're going to say Victor Hedman,
Yeah.
who's not on anybody's team.
He's on my third team.
Okay.
But he was hurt. He was hurt for a while though.
Yeah, but he's still a beast when he plays.
I understand, but he was hurt for a while though. That's the only reason I left him off. That's the only reason I left him off. Ekholm with the Preds.
That's a good pick.
One of their better defensemen, which they have a lot of. So, and
See, man, it's not
goalie Fleury.
Wow, you just fucking.
Fleury, been the best player on the Knights. So
That's a good one too. So I'm changing my goalie picks as we were talking about goalies. I just
because
I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, keep going. Is it my turn?
no, it's Wells.
Where are we on? Third team.
Third team. You want to lead us third team?
Okay. Third team goalie is Jordan Binnington of the St. Louis Blues.
I have him too.
You notice when he got called up, that team went
That
from
team
the worst
completely
team in
turned
the
around
NHL to the best team in the
I
NHL.
got him too, and you can't leave him off.
Hedman was on my third team. He only missed 12 games, so I don't really think that's a lot. But when he was there, he's a beast, and that's like your defensive
That's
presence.
true. That's true. Yeah.
This one's kind of not off the chart, but like a guy concerning the team he was playing on, who he's replacing. I have Thomas Chabot from the Senators.
Really?
Yeah. Guy was a point-a-game player before he got hurt, and he finished with 55 points in 70 games. And he's going to be a beast next year.
No, I saw that, but the only thing I would take away from him because he's playing on the team sucked. I guess,
And he did really well.
and he did really well. That's the only reason I left him off my teams because I saw him. I was like, the team sucks. So that's the only reason I left him on my team. But again, he did play well, like you said.
My
yes.
forwards, I had Crosby as my third center. I had Marner as my third winger. And Patrick Kane had a crazy year.
Yeah, I also have him on
Sucks
mine.
that they make the playoffs,
Yeah.
but he did his best to try and get him there.
There's only a few points out too. They were battling for the playoffs.
They're working hard.
Yeah.
I had trouble having guys not on the playoffs.
What do you mean?
This list. Like I have one player that's not playing right now.
All right, go.
Brad Marchand, Sidney Crosby, Blake Wheeler.
I also have Blake
Why are we
Wheeler.
not talking about Blake Wheeler?
I know. Did you have any Jets on your teams? Was?
No, that's the first Jet I think we talked about before. And I'm like, well, I mean, they're not a bad team.
No, Wheeler's good, man.
Yeah,
No, I have Blake Wheeler. I have Blake
It's
Wheeler.
not that easy when you think
no,
of it.
it's not. It's not. There's a ton of good players.
When we finish, I'm going to tell you who we missed that we should.
There's so many guys.
There's so many guys, but there's guys that play on bad teams that just rack up the points, right? And like,
It's not just about points, man. Guys
I
kill
get it.
penalties. Guys play two-way game.
I get it, but I don't think anything's wrong with my three lines here.
No, I'm not disagreeing with any of these.
Defense.
Really.
I also skipped Victor Hedman for Ryan McDonough.
Wow.
It was the fact he was hurt. It was the fact he was hurt. That's the only reason.
games.
I know, but it was still 12 games.
know.
That's the
Now-
only reason I left him off.
I have Chris Letang on the other side of my defense. I valued scoring and plus minus over.
He was
anything
also
else
hurt, though.
picking
He
my
was
defense.
hurt more games.
He was hurt.
He was hurt, but he played fantastic. He was still tops in scoring. I don't care.
I think there's a flaw in your team right there. You
blocked-
leave off Hedman because he's hurt, but you put Letang on because he was.
Well, the tank scored more points by a lot. He was still on the tops of the list.
All
and
right.
Hedman was completely off of them, right? And I understand Hedman does other things, but you got to put up points. And Hedman put on the best team in the league by light years. How are you not putting up decent numbers? It doesn't make any sense. I think he had an off year.
Because they had three guys score
They have
over 90
point.
points.
They have
I
point. They
understand.
have
I
Kucherov.
understand.
They have Stamkos. Like,
I understand.
I just want to say this while
Go
we're
on.
here right now. The Tampa Bay Lightning are done.
wow, we're gonna get into that later. It's crazy.
and in that, I
As we're arguing for
yeah. As we're over here shouting about Lightning players. In that, I have Braden Holtby. There are better options, but start to end of the year,
There
I
were
think
better options.
he should be on that list because we're talking about a lot of guys that got called up,
Sniff my list.
guys that are second, guys that played half a season or whatever, getting
There were
top team spots. And I think Holtby was solid all year. So
there were better options than that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even put him on the list.
well, start of the year till end of the year. A lot of you guys you're talking about.
Did you have
weren't-
Nathan McKinney on
weren't
any
the
of your
goalies.
teams?
Yeah, he's second.
Yeah, he was
Oh, second, okay.
line center, which is that's no question.
Nathan McKinnon on this one, Patrick Kane, Blake Wheeler, Ryan Shutter of the Wild, Charlie McAvoy of the Bruins, and
McAvoy, really?
yeah, and Binghamton of the Blues in that. And you have a list of guys we didn't talk about.
Yeah,
Wells,
I mean,
which was a lot.
I'm just going to
There's a
rattle
lot.
off a few, like Keith Yandel putting up the points he did in Florida. The guy was a power play beast. This is just defenseman, sorry. Tyson Berry from Colorado.
I was looking at.
Roman Yossi from
Yossi, yeah, definitely.
from the Predators. I would have taken Torrey Krug over McAvoy, but that's just me. I like the Suter pick because he's
okay.
very like he's a crazy defensive minded guy.
But I would say McAvoy played more quote unquote defense.
Okay, that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
As for forwards, some guys we missed, like right off the hop, Draisaitl, 50 goal scorer, over 100 points.
Yep.
But I mean, he gets buried behind McDavid.
And Connor McDavid's on our first line setting.
See, Draisaitl again didn't even sniff my list. I wouldn't even say an honor
50
mention
goals.
because he's playing with Connor McDavid. Because again,
he's
when-
not.
Yeah,
He was
but-
on the second line.
But 50 goals is a lot. I get it. And here's what I said. I said, he's right there. But, like,
I
do
don't
I
think he's that good.
disrespect Blake Wheeler?
50 goals.
I don't think he's that good. I just think
he's
he's
a center,
older.
though. He's a center.
He's a center. He's a center.
Like,
He should be playing wing, though.
It's
He should.
hard to take him over McDavid,
Well, Crosby.
and
what we're
McKinnon,
thinking.
right? And then
Right.
we're still leaving off guys like I didn't have Stamkos on here.
Taves.
No, Taves is not on my list. He didn't sniff it. Like
Tavares.
Braden Point.
Sorry, not
Tavares.
Taves. Sorry, no, I meant Tavares. Sorry, no, I meant
Point didn't
Tavares.
touch the list.
Tavares had a career year.
I wanted to put him on my list. I really did.
Shifley.
I know you did, too.
You could have put Ranton or Landeskog on here. Sean Monahan.
Now we're just...
Jack Eichel.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're just pulling up names.
Not really.
Whoa.
Even Matthew Tkachuk as well.
Yeah.
It was all empty net goals.
What are you worrying about?
Okay.
It was empty net goals.
Both those I'm worried about. Lord have mercy.
It's 6-3 is the final.
7-3.
7-3 is the final score, but there were 3 empty net goals.
That's it. That's it. That's our all NHL teams. Not more work than the NHL did. Wells woke.
Yo, what's up?
That's what we got. Some Wells woke.
Still working on the intro music, eh? For Wells Woke?
Oh, you want an intro music?
No, I'm just kidding. I wanted it when I first started it, but it's fine.
But that means he would have to edit it, post, and put it in there.
Yeah,
and then it would
tough.
take him 2
It's tough.
weeks
It's
to
tough.
put the show out. So
Like,
the good and bad, Wells. The good and bad.
I know we didn't have an MLB topic on this week's.
We got one.
Finally.
We got one.
Oh, we do? It's
Yeah,
not
that
on
one
here.
you want to add.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're going to do that for your Wells.
No.
Okay.
No. The Jays decided to call up an infielder from their farm system this week.
I saw this.
I didn't see this.
Can you guess who it was?
No.
You think it was Vladdy?
No.
No.
No, they're not going to call him up. They're not calling him up yet.
They will.
They will, but not calling him up yet.
I mean, the service time manipulation's over. Like, he can join the team now, and they would get that benefit.
Yeah, there's no rush. I honestly think there's no rush for them.
Okay, so they didn't call him up. They didn't call Bo Bichette up. They didn't call Kevin Biggio up.
I didn't think they were going to call Bichette out.
No, I agree. I
Yeah.
don't think they were either. But who did they call up? Eric Sogard. And I'm confused because, look, we know this team's not going to do anything this year, right?
No.
We agree. We all agree on that. Mm-hmm. We've been saying it since day one. But this year is supposed to be a year for players to develop.
Yes.
And players to learn major league hitting, pitching, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's a year to find out what you have. And they started doing that a bit with guys like Rowdy Tellez. When they traded Pilar because they wanted to see
Get some room, yeah.
what other guys can do, right?
Yeah.
They had Alfred up there for like a day, and they sent him down. But like I thought that was the whole point of the season is to have guys come up and see what they have. So my Wells woke here is I would take Vladdy and whatever offensive production he's going to have with his quote unquote weak defense is why they're not calling him up over anything that Eric, the substitute teacher Sogard, could do.
Wasn't he hurt earlier in the season?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's been playing in AAA right now, and he's hitting 500. And
Because they brought him down to AA, and then he came to AAA. Is that what happened?
no, he's been AAA.
No, he's
since
AAA.
he's-
Oh, he went down to
Buffalo.
He did his rehab in Dunedin for a couple games,
Okay, that's what it is.
and tore the cover off the ball. Now he's been in Buffalo for a week, and he's hitting 500 and hitting moonshots, and just there's no competition for him. So what I'm trying to say is like what Eric Sogard brings is like what's that going to do?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with bringing up Aaron Sawyer.
Why? Like, what's he gonna do for the future of this club?
Guerrero goes down, batting 179. I mean, if you're in a part where you're trying to bring these players up, because Guerrero's going to be an everyday player for this team, why are we sending him down? Is what he's hitting. He's not having a good start to the year. I get it.
Who?
Guerrero Jr. He's
What are you talking about? He's like 500.
Guerrero Jr. went down. Guerrero,
No, at the beginning of the year,
the guy that got
when
sent
he got-
down
Who got sent down?
Who got sent down?
to bring this guy up. Someone just went down.
Oh, Gurriel.
Gurriel, there he is.
Gurriel went down because he cannot throw the ball from second base to first base. That's a mental issue, right? Like, that's a problem with his, like, understanding how to, because he's usually played on the left side of the infield, and so now he's on the right side of the infield. They want to be a utility guy, right? Mm-hmm. But he can't. It's in his head that he can't make the throw from second to first base because it's a different, like, arm
Motion
angle.
for him,
Yeah, it's different, and he can't get past that. And when you can't do that, you have to go back and learn how to do it again, right?
Yeah.
And so they just don't want to They don't want to affect the pitchers. They don't want the pitchers to be like, if he makes an error, well, now Stroman's got to pitch another 15 pitches in that inning to get out of the inning, right? And that affects their, future whatever.
It's funny how players can't do that.
No, it's not.
You
funny.
would think
it's ridiculous.
they
It's
play
not
baseball.
funny, man. It's not. It's
not
tough,
funny.
man. Because baseball is 95% mental, right?
Yeah,
Was it 95?
And it's like 3% like talent and like 2% like athletic ability.
I mean,
I don't think it's that much.
I can throw the ball.
I just,
second
I
or
don't. I
first.
don't. Just, well, everyone says that about every sport. It's 90% meant like.
Well, it is because everyone has
what
everyone has the athleticism. When you
what
think about it,
separates the superstars from the average?
it is virtually
player?
mental. Everyone has the same. I think
Consistency.
Yeah, but like
same thing.
when
Consistency's
you
mental.
when you say the best players I've ever played, like what? Yeah, they had all the talent. Like a lot of people have all the talent in the world. It's just a matter of putting their mind to it. And
Consistency. I think when you boils down to the best players compared to like the next tier down, it's consistency. They can consistently do what they do over and over
Yeah,
and
and
over
that's,
again.
it's mental. Being able, like, missing that throw from second to first. He can make a throw from second.
You have to be
first.
talented you have to be talented enough to do that throw.
But you can make a throw from second to first. Can you make it
if you
running
are
full speed?
a
Right?
Major League Baseball player, you've been doing that throw for however old you are, right?
Yeah.
From you were like 5 years old until you're playing now.
Yeah.
You've been throwing the ball to someone, right? But like when you're put in a game situation and you don't know what's going to happen, and the ball's hit to you on this angle or over here,
you have to do it without thinking, type thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
You have to do
And
without
so when
thinking.
before the ball's hit to you and you're thinking about it too much, that's the problem, that's what he's going through right
Yeah.
now. So that's why I sent him down.
Yeah.
He wasn't hitting the ball very well, but he was starting to come around. So they sent him down for that. That was a mental thing, right?
Why don't you sit him on the sit him for a few games?
No, he gets to learn to do
No,
it.
because
That's the
like
he's got to play.
They
To
could
do
put
it.
him down in Buffalo and he could play.
Play.
And learn from his mistakes, right? Instead of just like saying, sit on the bench, you're wasting a spot from someone who could play,
Yeah.
which I thought would be someone who could,
Contribute.
yes, not contribute, but like,
Contribute. That's the word.
we'll
you're
see
looking
what they
for.
have, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the whole point of the season. That's why they traded Pilar, Morales, all these guys, right?
I get it. I get
So-
your frustration.
Yeah, so I just like the management sending one message and they're sending another message like, okay, we traded Pilar, we traded Morales because they're blocking the way of Tellez and Alfred, but then you don't actually have guys like Alfred and Guerrero and Bichette and Biggio playing. So like I don't know
What they're doing.
I'm
at this
confused.
point. I get it.
So I don't know if you guys want to add on to it or
I always say the management in place right now, they're not going to see. By the time the team gets good, they're not going to see it. So
I don't know.
Fortunately, that's usually how it works. When the team starts turning
I'm
around.
not talking about the coach. I'm not talking about coach. I'm talking about the GM and the president.
You think they're not gonna be around?
They're not going to be around.
Wow.
They won't be around to see it.
Wow.
They're already on a short leash. Like right now, people don't really like them that much anyway. So
They don't like them because they're doing stuff like this. Like they say
Yeah.
one thing and they do another, right? Like
yeah,
it's-
they're not going to see this
pick a lane
team
and
good.
stay in it.
Good Will Smoke as usual.
Yeah. I have a one quick aside.
Go.
Did you guys see Manny Machado make that throw
Yep.
from third to first, sprinting toward third to catch the ball, which was sliding past him the side? He turned around off of 1 foot and throws a strike.
Man, there's one play from a couple years ago where he did it, and it looked like he was in the dugout for his own at third base and threw it across. The
That's
line.
what you pay $30 million for, ladies and
Is
gentlemen.
it?
Yep.
Hey, they're also in first place in their division,
Which is
Pretty good.
I mean, it's really early, but
early days.
I said the team would be better. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, though.
not so early.
You actually did say they would make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But see, what they did is they brought up their young phenom,
Yeah.
Tatis, and they let him play from day one.
Well, they sign a big name like that. kind of says, hey, you're
Machado?
all in. Yeah, you're all in.
Well, apparently Machado and Hosmer, their two biggest free agent signings from the last 2 years, were the ones who vouched and say we got to have this guy up.
Yeah.
because we
Trying to
didn't
win.
we didn't come here to
no,
like.
exactly. The
wanna
Blue
win.
Jays don't have that kind of pressure. It's not like we signed
There isn't-
Trout. It's
there
not
isn't
like
a
they- it's not like they
person
signed
there. Yeah,
Trout or
yeah,
But
something.
I don't think it's pressure on San Diego because I think people were still like we talked about at the beginning of the season, like
Yeah.
when the Machado signing happened, we're like, well, we don't think they're there yet, but like, why not? Why not just give it a shot? Like, why?
Yeah, and if you're San Diego, you're like, we brought in big name guys. Like, let's
Well,
put
I
our
think-
best team on the
Yeah,
field.
I think that's what they were
Yeah,
doing. That's
absolutely.
what, they were going to go all in, or at least try this
Yeah,
year
no,
anyway.
I applaud them.
The greatest band of all time tournament.
Here we go.
So I was talking to Wells earlier. I only looked at this tournament once, like when you first put it up. And then I think Seb, shout out to Seb, she said something, and I commented back to her. I was like, okay, whatever. I haven't actually looked at the tournament, so I don't know what's coming up. I was going to look at it, then Wells told me not to. He's like, it's better this way when you're surprised. So I'm going to be surprised, basically, going through this entire thing. So, shoot.
That's your goal. Okay, so here's how we're gonna run the tournament. Okay, there are 5 votes this weekend in the first round.
How's this going to work when we bring a guest in?
They don't get a vote.
So you're just going to have them sit there?
They can make their pick if they want to.
So, all
They
right.
don't. So as subsequent rounds come, we can add and subtract from voting, whatever. I wanted to open up the voting a little bit more as we go on more rounds, but this is basically 16 bands every episode. It's super fast. We should know what we're picking almost right away. And the fans have picked. So the fans have picked on Instagram and the fans have picked on Twitter. They will each count as 1 vote to the overall count. Okay? So 5 votes in total. There's always a tiebreaker, if that makes sense. All right? Do you guys know the matchups? Guess not. First matchup.
We're supposed to guess the matchups?
Just randomly guess them. Quick and easy. First matchup is Metallica versus the Bee Gees.
Are we talking about these groups before we take
We
a
can
vote? Or are
talk
we just
about
taking a
them.
vote?
It's just, do you guys know what you're picking right away?
Yep.
Or do you guys want a little insight?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to give
It's your
some
tournament.
insight.
It's your tournament, so you
however
gotta
you want to run it, man.
You're running it.
Level
So-
of insights. Metallica, one of the shaping bands, I guess, the hard rock era. What do you think their biggest album was?
Ride the Lightning.
Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, also there.
They also came to fame through mixtapes. Actually, to be honest, they were selling. Are they from California?
Yeah.
Or
San Francisco, I
Yes.
believe.
I got Spice like, yeah.
There's 64 of them. I don't have all the background information on every single band. I know the music. That's where I'm starting with. I'm going
No,
with.
it's just fascinating because they came out, selling mixtapes out of the back of their trunk, basically. And it's kind of funny because they were like the band that actually took down Napster.
They were the problem Napster had.
So the same way they came up, now when it comes time to
Someone
loop
else to
back
change
around and they don't like it type thing. But
Well, it wasn't
whatever.
that. It was they were taking their music and giving away for free, which Metallica was against that because they were selling their mixtapes, right? It makes total sense. But they literally freaked out. They sued. They got
Yeah.
Napster changed. They went to a subscription-based model, Napster. One of the first companies to go subscription-based. Did you guys know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Anyway.
But they didn't succeed. They didn't,
Yeah,
they didn't
it
succeed.
didn't go off.
They were a little,
It
they were a
didn't
little
go
early.
off.
They were a little early before the time.
Up against the Bee Gees first round matchup. The Bee Gees, Saturday Night Fever, Staying Alive, their number 1 hit, what they're mostly known
They actually went number 1?
Staying Alive?
Yeah, Staying Alive actually went number 1. I didn't know if it went number 1.
Yeah, that's what number 1.
Now, after these guys were pretty much hated. How long did they actually last? Like
Bee Gees?
3-4 years?
No, are we talking Bee Gees or okay Bee Gees?
Are you talking about Bee Gees?
Yeah, it's only Bee Gees.
Okay, sorry.
We're going quick. Here.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. The Bee Gees made music until 2001.
I know, but they didn't actually make
How long were they
hits.
hot?
Like, how long were they hot?
Yeah.
A couple years?
Yeah.
And now they're pretty much reviled. Because they came in that era of disco, which
The end of this.
people hate. People
they were at
hate
the end of it.
hate disco. Except for Disco Stew on The Simpsons. But people hate disco. Sophie, anything else you want to touch on these
No,
guys?
I'm actually impressed with the research you've done.
It's not research. I just know that. What kind of research did you do?
Here's what I said. I said this first round is probably going to go very fast. I like the Bee Gees. I thought that 70s stuff was pretty hot.
So you're voting for them?
No, are they better than Metallica? Absolutely not. Unfortunately, they got mashed up in the first round. I'm taking Metallica. Wells is taking...
Metallica.
Nash is taking...
Metallica.
And both
I
the fans
just
of Metallica.
I just love Metallica from back in the day. They were
Right.
one of the, like hard rock bands.
Like, that's a 5-0. That's simple. The fans went hardcore Metallica, 75-25 on Instagram.
It's kind of not fair. I don't even know why they're in this tournament.
Who?
The Bee Gees.
Jeez. Yo, Stay Alive's Fire, bro. 64.
I know you're pointing to one
I
song.
like the diversity.
I know you're pointing to one song. There's some country bands you could probably could have put in there,
No,
but
there's
More than a woman. Okay,
More
second
than
matchup.
me.
Depeche Mode versus One Direction. Another potential lopsided.
Is it for who?
Potential.
Lopsided to who?
well, we're voting.
Yeah,
No, I'm asking you. He said lopsided. He obviously
potentially lopsided.
to who? To which side? I'm asking you.
We will figure it out.
But you can't just throw that out there and say it's potentially one side to who? Who do you think it's lopsided to?
Oh, One Direction.
Oh, okay.
You don't think Depeche Mode's much?
Well, his head just perked up. He's like, what?
I don't know. Depeche Mode is known as one of the best electronic bands ever,
New wave.
right? They're pretty big. I don't know how to say it. Personal Jesus.
Have they ever hit number one with any of their songs?
No. I don't think
No.
they have any number one.
You don't think they have, or they have?
I don't think they have any number one.
Okay, so you don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't think they have any number one.
Anything else you want to talk about these guys?
No. I got nothing else.
What else you want to throw your hat in and have these guys?
I just
Help
can't
'em
name.
out.
I can't name one song by One Direction. So,
I'm talking about Depeche Mode.
oh, I mean, I know a bunch of their songs. They're pretty popular.
Yeah.
Like, they definitely set like that whole like early '80s like synth pop like new wave sort of thing, and like they led the charge, and they're still pumping out music. I think now, not that I can name anything, but I know a few songs by them.
They're still going.
Did they start that? Did they start that wave, or did this?
They didn't start it, but they're the first mainstream. I think they made it popular.
One Direction, you were talking to the wrong audience here. I don't know anything about these guys. Like, they're a huge band. Don't get me wrong.
They're a huge band.
Yeah.
They won everything. They won Brit Awards, MTV Music.
Oh yeah, they're
Award.
huge. They're the new. They're the new. NSYNC, I think.
Yeah, they're are they? I guess they're the latest pop band to come across, right?
Yeah, because now they're basically gone on and done doing their own thing type thing, and all of their solo stuff is hitting.
Yeah.
So, you want to vote this up? Or are you going to look at
Is
Instagram?
anybody considering picking One Direction?
No,
I was going to pick One Direction.
There you go. So that's one. Just say it. If you're to pick them, take them.
One Direction.
There you go. Take them. Twitter, Depeche Mode 75-25. Instagram was closer, 64 to 36. But the winner with 4 votes to 1,
Depeche Mode?
yeah, is Depeche Mode. Okay, Fleetwood Mac and the Jackson 5. Now, here's the first thing. Are we going to hold Michael Jackson against the Jackson 5?
We're just talking about music.
Okay.
Please.
And
Are we though?
and that's fair. But it could sway your vote. Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way, 11 albums. They got a Grammy.
What?
Right? I don't think, they won some American Music Awards. They won a Brit Award.
Any number one hits?
They won a Juno. Go
tons.
Your Own Way, number 1.
Rumors. It might be one of my
Rumors.
like top 15 albums of all time.
Great album. Landslide, Everywhere, The Chain. Those are their most popular.
You'd be surprised who don't have number ones sometimes, Wells. Like some big bands,
Yeah,
you're
but
like,
I'm
they
not
never have.
basing this on number one.
No, I'm
I
just
don't
asking you-
care
I'm-
about popularity.
No, I'm talking for the fact that the kids out there. I'm just giving them
For
some
the youngsters out
from
there.
some content here. So
they-
who we're actually talking about here as far as Anyway, continue. Sorry,
No,
cut you
the
off.
problem we're going to have really is that like some of these bands are going to be gone so early. We're not going to get into the deeper histories of them because I think when we get into like the Sweet 16,
This is the time. This is the time to get into the
No,
deeper
we
shit.
can't.
the introductory.
will
This
be
is how you,
so
like-
long, Yeah.
No, this is introductory.
No.
As you move on, that's when you,
You
get
go
less
less.
history.
Well, as we go on, I figure get more information because those are bands that people are actually interested in. Because if we just start going into the history of music, then we're just spending hours.
that was the
here
point of
talking
it.
about bands.
Anyway, go on.
No,
It's your
it
tournament.
wasn't.
Go on.
It wasn't. It was a tournament.
That's your tournament. Go on.
Anyway, Jackson 5 or the Jackson 5, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of '97. It's pretty big.
One of the biggest. They're the ones not leading Motown, not the first side of Motown, but one of the bigger acts to come out of Motown. Obviously spawned Michael Jackson, arguably the biggest pop star ever in the world. Recently, maybe not so. I don't know how to word this.
Notoriety. He's not the most popular guy in the room.
Yeah, nowadays, Spite Michael Jackson, obviously hit after hit after hit. You want to vote it up, or do you want to talk to any of these bands, Wills?
No, I just, like I said, Rumors is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. It's a 10 out of 10. It has so many good songs on it. I mean, that alone will get me very far in this tournament. And I voted for Fleetwood Mac because Jackson 5 just never really connected with it. They have some songs, but like it's a kid singing, man. I don't...
This is like my One Direction vote. That's nice. That's nice that you voted for them. That's nice. Jackson 5.
Yeah, sorry. 4-1, Jackson 5.
That's crazy.
Now the Instagram vote
Really?
was...
You think it's crazy?
The Instagram quote was very close, 57-43%.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right? 75-25 on Twitter. But yeah, it's... Fleetwood Mac, if you were to ask people that are a bit older than us, I think if our listener base was in, and I will say...
When did Fleetwood Mac start? When did they start?
From 35 to
60s.
50s.
Late
60s?
Yeah. If our listener base was a little older, Fleetwood Mac might pull this out.
You got a lot of old bands, though.
What do you mean? Jackson 5's old, like just as old.
Yeah, but Jackson 5 is more popular. Like, I Want You Back plays today, right? You Go Your Own Way or Fleetwood Mac stuff. Like, Rumors album you heard, when's the last time you heard that play mainstream anywhere? Right? You go to a club today, you might hear Jackson 5 pop up.
You actually might hear, like, if you go to a club right now with kids, like, you might actually hear a Jackson 5 song.
You hear Michael Jackson, they love Jackson 5. Like, it's just, if you look online, popularity of songster and things like that, like, Jackson 5 just gets more.
Yeah, this is
rotation
probably
than
just a
Fleetwood Mac,
monster
right?
of a band. Anyway.
Right. And that's...
So now it's a popularity contest.
Well, it eventually ends up being that because the people are voting, right? So even depends on what
But
we...
it's like,
I
what are
connect to
we,
the
what are we
music.
voting this on? Like,
Your
we're voting this
preference.
We're
Your
voting on the
preference.
band
Your
you
preference.
like.
We've talked about
So
this
you
before.
said what your preference was.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
U2 versus the Rolling Stones.
Whoa, hang on, wait.
This is
stop, hang on,
that's
stop
right.
This is
right
like
now.
two number ones going
We
at it.
have Rolling Stones and U2 going in the first round up against each other?
There are 64 bands.
What kind of tournament is this?
Sometimes it happens.
What do you mean sometimes it happens?
That's how it happens.
So you mean to tell me that Duke and North Carolina can square up in the first round of the
can.
NCAA? No, they can't.
They can. It could happen.
No, it can't. Because you know why? They're two number ones and they wouldn't meet each other.
Not every year. They're not always number ones.
Yeah, but both
It
schools,
doesn't make sense.
both schools are so big that there won't be a 16th seed.
Yeah.
They're not a mid-conference team.
Oh my god.
U2,
I know.
U2 is not a mid-conference team.
Who's the lower seed?
There is no seeding in this.
We talked about
Why?
this before. We didn't see
Okay,
it.
anyway, I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about this one.
Go on. You're leading this. Go.
Bono and U2 are one of the biggest bands that ever.
Oh, really?
They ever win.
Oh yeah,
It's-
what,
it's
about,
a-
what about Rolling Stones?
Yeah, I know. It's very hard. Insane accreditations for both. Obviously, what's your favorite U2 album?
Joshua Tree?
Well,
I'd have to look it up.
right? Is it later or is it earlier? I'll say it like that.
I'm more of their, like, kind of... Because when did they start? In the 80s?
1980. They started basically.
Yeah,
when we
but
were born.
I'm basically, yeah, in the 90s stuff. Mid-90s, going into 2000s.
Yeah, I'm more of like when it gets to older people, like older bands, like I don't really know album titles that much.
Yeah.
No,
Now
yeah.
Rumors, I don't know. Like sometimes you'll have
just
a band
listen
and
to
you just
Yeah.
listen to it, right? Like, but like U2, I can't like I know there's like names of albums, but I can't tell you what song goes on that album,
Yeah.
right? Like, same with Rolling Stones. I know they have dozens of albums, but I can't tell you every song that's on them. But I know they have tons of songs, right?
What's funny is like my U2. I started liking U2 probably a little later. Sweetest Thing,
Sure.
Vertigo. My favorite.
What was that song they had on the Batman soundtrack?
Touch Me, Touch
Yeah.
Me,
Right?
or whatever.
How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb might be my favorite one. Have you heard that Neon Lights?
Album or song?
Album. It's an album.
Oh, okay.
But the song.
How many albums do they have?
12.
12? Wow.
Right? Up against the Stones.
Now this to me, Stones are gonna go pretty far in my books. I basically grew up on the Rolling Stones. My parents were just always playing it. I can't remember. There was a TV show, Call of Duty. I can't remember the song that was in the title. But anyway, you guys speak and I'll pull it up.
What?
The Rolling Stones are rock and roll. Can
Yes.
I say they just are what rock and roll is?
Yeah,
sure, it's you.
I mean,
you can. However,
But when I
Rolling
say that,
Stone,
when
you
I say
think
that,
of-
can you think of anything else more rock and roll than the Stone?
I don't know, man.
Painted
Depends
Black,
on your.
Give Me Shelter.
Oh, dude, their
Symphony
songs
for the
are
Devil.
insane.
Painted Black.
Symphony
Painted
for the
Black,
Devil is like one of the best
Wait,
songs of all time.
I can't get no.
Start me up.
They have won 4 out of 14 Grammy nominations.
I thought it'd be more.
The fact that they're nominated, that's a big deal. The fact that they are nominated, that's a huge
They
deal.
won one in 2018. They still going.
Brown Sugar, Wild Horses, like they
I'm telling you, man. You're going through it well. So like this band to me is going to go pretty far.
I mean, they should.
Yeah.
Either one of these bands could go far if they were to win this.
Tell me what your votes.
I'd take Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones.
Okay.
If the people even,
Twitter,
I'm done
Twitter
with this.
is unanimous Rolling Stones.
Oh,
Okay.
nobody voted for YouTube on Twitter.
That's right.
Okay.
Instagram 75-25.
Who was that person
So-
that voted for YouTube? I'm gonna find them.
So it wasn't even close.
Who are you
right?
voting for?
Oh, Stones.
Okay.
If the Stones win this, I'm not upset. But if you like, we talked about those are 2 huge bands, but when you compare them, it's not even close.
Well, it is close.
Is it
'Cause-
close?
Yes, because
Well,
if
because if you put U2 against the Jackson 5, who are you taking?
YouTube.
Oh, okay. And that's your opinion, man.
No,
Yeah.
we just argued at the beginning of this that these are 2 number ones,
Yeah.
and you put them up against each other.
I would say Rolling Stones would be number 1. U2 would be
You can argue
maybe
number
a
two.
1, maybe a 2.
Yeah, you can argue. Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
I don't think U2 would go far in a tournament like this. Just based on
we won't find out.
They would have gone a lot further if you actually seeded them.
if we line them up with
If you seeded them,
yeah,
they
if
would
you
actually
line them
have
up with a
gone
band
further.
that's not even they probably would have gone. But I don't think that if you're in a conversation of the best bands ever, I don't think they're in that conversation. As great as their music is,
They can
I
get
don't
to
think
they
they're
can
in
get
that
to Elite 8.
Okay, well, this next one's kind of I don't know if it's interesting for you guys, but ABBA against Nirvana.
I don't know anything about ABBA,
Okay,
and that's gonna hurt.
Dancing
because-
Queen, Super
Yeah,
Trooper,
yeah.
Gimme.
How many albums do they have?
They had a musical basically curated by them, right? Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
The only thing that might hurt Nirvana here is they didn't really have
Short.
much of a
Short.
So
a
See,
lifespan.
that's my problem with because I don't know ABBA that well,
yeah,
and I love Nirvana when it came out.
ABBA's virtually before your time. So like they
so it's a lot of
were
bands.
done by 81.
Yeah, so it's Rolling Stones.
No, but the Rolling Stones are still around. Rolling Stones will still play a concert like next week, right? But ABBA
I know,
was,
but they're playing their old stuff. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but I'm saying like ABBA was done in 1981. So that's around when you were born. You never experienced when they were
And
stars,
when did they start?
right? 73. They weren't even around that long, for
Wow.
instance, right?
They weren't long. They weren't around a long
No,
time. No.
British band, German band. They won a lot of awards over there.
Nothing over here. Any Grammys? Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing over here. But again, that's because it's too early, right? Mm-hmm. Nirvana,
didn't start to grunge music, but they're one of the leaders.
they're the forefront.
I would say Pearl Jam is more the forefront, but
It's all for up
Yeah,
to date,
yeah.
right? Like
a band put together by the actual label.
Yeah.
Because Kurt Cobain was originally supposed to be the drummer, and who's the drummer? Who's the lead singer of Foo Fighters?
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl was playing guitar at the time, and they brought in him, and they switched the roles around.
Maybe that's why it didn't work so well.
Well,
There's
These
other
guys-
reasons
these-
why it didn't work out.
these guys were a rocket, right? They came on the scene and they hit hard, right?
They had one of the most probably
They had arguably the greatest single of all time. But just say it.
great. Well,
Hard
that
to
whole album was
Yeah. Well, the album was good. It was the album. I don't think Nirvana's music was.
Which album you guys talking about? The second one.
never mind.
Never mind. All right, that's the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Nirvana's music was the main influence of them. I think they went beyond the music, and they're one of the first bands that did that.
Well, it's Kurt Cobain, right?
Yeah, they sold 75 million albums. Would you think that they would sell that much albums?
Well, you also have to think too, like when they come out on the scene like they did with Nevermind, and then they only had 3 albums, right?
Yeah.
And then when the lead singer dies pretty young, like you think
They're
of how
a,
many
they're a comment, man.
you think of how many like musicians or bands will flourish after someone dies. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
Funny thing in that era, it actually did happen because you had Kurt Cobain with Nirvana and you had Biggie.
Biggie, Tupac.
Yeah, Biggie, Tupac, basically all at the same time. around the same time, excuse me, passing away and dying, and they're flourished way after their death type thing.
Well,
What?
you when you die, people love you a lot more. I'll say it like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's fair.
But
That's fair.
Nirvana was arguably one of the
they were
hottest
already
things
big.
out. Well, yeah, they were one of the
already
hottest things
big.
out when he died, right?
Well, you got that MTV,
So that helps.
you got that famous MTV Unplugged
Unplugged.
type thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. But like in terms of like their body of work, it
not a lot.
isn't. It's not in comparison to a lot of other bands here. But in terms of popularity,
Any Grammys for them?
one
No, I mean
For Nirvana?
no, yeah, I was asking.
best
How many times
alternative music performance. The actual music did not win a Grammy.
were they nominated?
Yes, 92, 93, 94, 95. They did not win anything. They won best performance in 96 after Kurt Cobain's death.
All right. Want to vote it up?
Will anyone take ABBA?
Unfortunately, I'm not going to take Nirvana. Not, I shouldn't say unfortunately. It's just I don't know ABBA that well, so I'm just going to go with Nirvana.
Yeah.
Who else?
Oh, it's Nirvana.
Solid.
Smythe.
It's not even close. This is like a 2 verse 15 or like a 3 verse
Yeah.
14.
Nirvana as well.
Actually,
Nirvana-
I'm gonna start giving the seedings just
just make it up what
mine,
your
on
seedings
the spot.
were.
Sorry, you put Nirvana as a what?
3.
As a
Ah, really? I'd say 5.
That's a 5.
I'd say 5 or 6.
Twitter unanimous again, and Instagram went over 80% for Nirvana, and more so popular than anything. I don't know if it's going to catch up to Nirvana though, in terms of just running into a band that has a resume.
Yeah, that's probably just going to hurt them.
that's
When they start running up a band with a larger resume, that's gonna that will hurt them.
Next matchup, another pretty big first round matchup: the Smashing Pumpkins and the Who.
It's not that big as what you think. The Who, again, another rocket, flaming rocket,
They were pretty big.
for a short period though.
Yeah, but they're really big.
Yeah, for a short period. Smashing Pumpkins are massive. Smashing Pumpkins, another one of these bands.
Are they though? Like, I would say Smashing Pumpkins
That
had
double album.
a good run
Yeah,
in the 90s, but they really haven't done anything since. Whereas the Who,
going into 2000s, because again they hated. Oh, what was the lead singer's name?
Billy Corgan.
Billy Corgan. People don't like Billy Corgan.
He is not a popular band.
They don't like Billy Corgan, and that band broke up several times. One of the only a double album is hard to pull off, and they did it
They
with
did.
Melancholy.
That's right.
Melancholy.
And the Infinite Sadness.
They have what 6 albums, I believe. I think.
I want to say 7.
Another one of these grunge bands. We recently went to a concert, Smashing Pumpkins, Smythe, and you could see I was singing every song. So
This is one of your favorite bands. So I was expecting you to campaign for them to go all the way.
no, but my all-time favorite band of all time is probably the Rolling Stones. Only because I grew up as a kid. My parents basically fed me that music. But Smashing Pumpkins, to me, they're another one that's probably going to go far for me.
Yep.
But you are correct, Wells. They were only pretty hot in the 90s. For the most part.
2 Grammys, 97, 98, best hard rock performance, both of them. So MTV, they got some MTV awards, and everyone wins those.
Who are they going up against?
They're up against the Who. Now, the thing about the Who, they're a fantastic band.
Sorry, you know what I was thinking about? The Doors.
Oh, well,
Sorry. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking the Doors. The Doors.
They all look the same.
When I actually I was like, no. The Who, yes, sorry. The Who was a
What
bigger
is your
band.
favorite Smashing Pumpkins song before we went to the Who?
1979.
1979. Both of you guys. Remember is Zero.
Yeah.
Well, that whole album.
Bullet with Butterfly Wings, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
big.
Butterfly was fantastic too. One of my favorite lines in the history of lyrics of all time is emptiness is loneliness, and loneliness is cleanliness, and cleanliness is godliness, and God is empty, just like.
Anyway.
I mean, Smashing Pumpkins are a cult favorite, right? They have hits at a cult level. Like, I don't know if they were the
Smashing
biggest
Pumpkins?
song. Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
I don't think it's cult. I think it's
I don't
bigger than
know
that.
if they were the biggest.
You can sell an arena, you're not a cult.
Yeah,
like,
I
you're not a
guess.
cult.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, like they're a big band.
And they're coming back again.
Yeah, they're still there. They had now this year. I was said they're up to 11 now. So when you guys were like, I was like,
They came to Toronto early in the year, and they're coming back again in the summer.
Yeah, they're a popular band.
But the Who,
Now let's talk about the Who.
Whether you know it or not, kids, you know the Who, and you know why you know the Who is because of that one song.
CSI.
That's why you know the Who.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's.
I was introduced to the Who through a musical.
Now you know the music, but I'm saying everyone knows the Who because of that, whether they know it or not.
Are you talking about the show?
Yeah.
The Stinger. That
Not
for
everyone. Like, not everyone watches that show.
you mean you don't know? And I don't want to repeat it.
No,
when
like-
that Stinger comes on, you don't know where it's from, or you don't know that Stinger.
I don't recognize it as the song from CSI. And I don't think everyone does either.
Oh man.
Because when did CSI come out?
Oh.
2000s?
Yeah, 2000.
When did that song come out?
But people use it.
The 60s?
You know,
Yeah.
you know why I'm saying that? It's because a lot of Instagram
But not
comics.
everybody.
No,
Yeah.
a lot of Instagram.
You guys might, but not
Hang on, hang on,
everybody.
hang on. A lot of Instagram comics, they actually use that in their comedy. That what do you call it? Stinger or opener or whatever.
Our theme song.
Yeah, theme song. When it's a punchline, then they'll put in that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people know that. They don't. They might not recognize it with the Who, but a lot of people do know that part. I don't even know what that song's called. What's that song called?
Won't get fooled again.
Yeah, I won't fool again.
won't get fooled again. Yeah. I don't know. The Who's just really great guitarists played in the '60s when guitar was an instrument that was insanely hard to play.
This is a
Guitar
tough
was
one.
kind of romantic.
I know.
This is
probably
the toughest one so far.
This is probably the one I think. Like, do you guys remember Pinball Wizard?
Well, yeah, the whole that musical is how I learned about it.
Yeah.
Because my sister was an art major, musically, and like that's how I learned a lot of music. Like, because you just
Yeah.
hear it in the house, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I had a in grade 7. I had a teacher that would make us for music class. It was a lot of 60s and 70s music.
Yeah.
So that's where I get a lot of my love. Another part of love for this because I would just give us sheets of music and we perform these kind of type of songs. But for this one, I'm going with my heart, so I'm going to leave you guys and Twitter and Instagram. So I'm going to go Smashing Pumpkins, and that's from the heart. That's strictly from the heart.
I absolutely know. Sorry. Wells.
This is tough for you.
I
See,
think
okay, hang on. Before I'll give you some time to think.
I already know my
Okay,
decision.
but building up some tension for the audience. Just another little kind of like the outside of this room.
Yep.
Because we got 3 of us. The vote might already be done, and it's
Yeah.
not inside this room. I understand the point of that your tournament though, but the vote out might be taken away from us outside this room type thing.
Yes.
So
Gotta let the people vote.
yeah, I guess you gotta let the people in
Got
know.
to say.
But anyway, continue.
Wells,
Sorry,
what do you
continue.
got?
I'd take Smashing Pumpkins,
Nice.
but not by much.
That's-
This is like a 79-78 overtime win by the Smashing Pumpkins. I go back and forth.
Where would you
but
put them as? Where would you see them Smashing Pumpkins?
This would be an 8 and a 9.
Agreed.
This is insanely close.
Yep.
Or wait, no, it's not an 8 and 9. Don't you
Yeah.
think these guys would be actually seated higher?
No, because they
you
be
have to
close
play
seed-
each other.
They have to be close seeds. You playing?
No,
each
not
other.
necessarily play each other because I thought you were just.
That's
seeding-
what I'm saying when I'm doing these
Yeah, with the
rankings.
match.
Oh,
Just
okay.
saying, like, what kind of matches do they do?
Okay,
Quality of the
okay,
matchup.
that's fair. Okay.
This is probably the best quality we're going to see in this first round.
Sorry, not Rolling Stones. Are you talking about the
No,
matchup?
like the matchup.
Oh,
They
okay.
actually-
Which is crazy. Which is crazy having YouTube versus Rolling Stones, but Rolling Stones I feel is going to be very unanimous.
almost all the way through. It doesn't matter what I take because the fans took at 66% at 33%. They all chose the Smashing Pumpkins. So I think it's unanimous.
Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Smashing
Okay.
Pumpkins, and not that the Who's not a great band, and not that the Who doesn't have great songs, but what the Smashing Pumpkins meant to their generation, and still today, the fans come out in droves to see these guys, and they sing a lot of songs that resonate with people at a different level. And the Who have a lot of great songs.
Well, out in the '90s, as far as grunge bands are concerned, coming out of there, it's probably like Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam.
Yeah, right.
That actually came out in the '90s and
And
lasted
if,
longer.
If we were to
I don't
say
know if-
bands coming out of the '70s, the Who are probably
Yes,
it.
they're probably one of those bands.
They're probably the band, right?
But
So
what are we? How old are we? And
exactly, we weren't around in the 70s.
Who are our listeners?
unfortunately.
So that's just the way it is.
Our next matchup: the G Unit versus NWA.
Did you purposely put here
No,
this together?
They randomly threw them together, and I was like, "Great, let's get them out as early as we
Again,
can."
2 heavy hitters.
Are they
going
heavy
up.
hitters?
Yes.
Wow.
What?
Oh yes. G Unit.
See how crazy that is?
Hang on. G Unit. If you talk to anyone of 25,
Yeah.
they think G Unit That was it as far as they're looking back at hip hop. G Unit was a pinnacle.
I only have one
50
thing to
Cent?
say about G Unit.
Yeah.
Vibe gave them best group of the decade.
What's Vibe?
Vibe magazine.
Vibe magazine, hip hop magazine.
Okay. Any group of the decade. That's a big
So they-
accolade
so they-
in
so
hip
they-
hop.
Think about how many group over Outkast?
Hip hop.
Over everybody.
What decade?
Group of the decade.
2000s.
2004. So I'm guessing the 19s or 2000s, whatever. The
So
decade.
Outkast would be a close second. But as far as G Unit is concerned, all those guys had platinum albums. Every single one of them.
Whoa, but we can't talk about their individual.
I know. I'm just saying the
that's-
quality of the group that we're talking about.
Yeah.
50 Cent,
The quality.
yeah.
Create a monster.
That group and it was a short period of time because it wasn't long. 50 Cent probably outlasted that group.
Okay.
For a short period of time, they were huge.
Yeah.
And it was a short period of time.
They're you know
They were monsters.
Okay.
in the
now,
20
now,
in
now
the 2000s.
think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
And think about who's in NWA.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, Wells.
That's what makes this conversation.
This is YouTube against Rolling Stone. This is two monsters going up against each other. These are
I wouldn't call G Unit a monster though.
You wouldn't, but they're
What,
pretty huge.
now, my actual question is: do you think that an actual like hip hop act can go far in a tournament like this? Because they don't have
I
history
think
on
you'll
their
be
side.
surprised by
technically,
You'll be
right?
stressed.
Right? They don't have history on their side.
And here's
technically.
why I think
You're going to be surprised how far.
NWA will go pretty far or could go far.
We already said who we're going to vote for.
Oh yeah, we're all taking
Yeah, this one's over.
Now here's why is because not only of what all they did, right? But a movie came out recently which shed the light on them more than than most people knew,
Yeah,
right? So I
Gina
think that's
had a
going to
movie.
be a big influence.
Yeah.
Gina didn't
Well,
have a
two
movie.
icons came out of this group.
Oh,
And I'm talking about Ice Cube and Dr. Dre.
yeah. Like hip hop icons.
Yeah.
And Eazy-E could have been in that same boat if
Conversation.
he didn't die, but like
Now, as far as the group's concerned, how many albums do they actually have?
They actually had two. studio
Two,
albums.
yeah.
Them and Gina had the same amount of albums, which is why I was,
that might hurt them as far as,
Right.
but as far as the hip hop cultural impact they did is huge. It's
want
massive.
to name some songs by them, Swipe?
And that one song in particular,
Oh, that.
where they're throwing the middle finger up to authority,
Yeah, I think that's till
big
this day.
big song
It's,
to this
it's,
day.
it's their biggest song, right? And that's Straight Outta Compton is one, and the second is two. I took the most popular songs per band based on
Actually, this is
Spotify
close.
plays. because
Actually, this is
Spotify
pretty close.
You think it's pretty close in your head?
No.
Not,
will say this.
not in Wells' head, but
Twitter is
to
dead
me,
even.
It's to me, it's pretty close.
The fans are 50-50 on Twitter. It's the only one that's 50-50.
Only because NWA doesn't have a lot because they broke up because with their beef, Eazy-E
Yeah.
basically.
half the most popular songs are them dissing each other. So there's also that, right? No, but also like NWA is old and G Unit's relatively young, and you have to remember like we talk about G and people remember those songs because those songs came out.
But
So
this is
long
what I'm
ago.
saying is that movie came out not too long ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
it's
not-
like,
not-
it
yeah.
kind of rekindled or
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Which, but I thought it would help.
And nobody's
them.
voting for G Unit here.
No,
I'm just saying.
no.
I'm just saying it's a lot closer than
nothing
you.
against Gina.
It's
Yeah.
4 and a tie, right? Because Instagram went 82%.
What?
82% WA.
Okay.
And I think this is based on like history. If you take the OG band's better than the new school band, and I understand that.
Hang on, no, it's not. No, it's not because you're not voting for G. You're not voting for G Unit.
No, the old school band, NWA. Is better
I know,
than-
but you're saying that the reason that Instagram or Twitter voted that way is because they're voting for the old school. I don't think it's like that. I think they're voting because they think they're better. I don't think it's nostalgia necessarily because you're not voting. Are you voting for NWA because of nostalgia?
No.
You're voting because they're better. Okay.
I'm voting for NWA.
Take the benefit of the doubt that that the people that support this show are actually smart enough to say, "Hey, we're
this
gonna
guy.
vote for someone."
Like I look back and actually like NWA wasn't even recognized as a group available to win awards technically.
No,
So they were
no,
not
no.
nominated for anything.
Again, when they
Genius.
came out, they basically. I don't say they invented it, but they put it on the map. Gangster rap.
Yeah.
The stuff they were rapping about, again, they were shedding light on this crime that was going on in LA and LA streets and the injustices that were going on there at the time.
You imagine these guys came out 30 years later. Imagine Straight Outta Compton and
I don't think they would
F the
have to.
Police came out in 2018.
Well, there are
the police.
there are
It's relevant today.
well there are guys that are singing this. Like you got
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, you got Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. Guys are still singing about this stuff, but these guys were the quote on first. Do you want to tell the people what NWA stands for?
No,
Swipe?
Not gonna
Okay.
tell you. Gotta Google it. Gotta Google it. On Wikipedia, it's spelled with the A and the Z. Just
Is that how they spelled it? Anyway, sorry. So we're all voting NWA?
yeah, we're all voting.
All right, NWA is moving on.
Okay, and the last matchup for the first division of the first round: Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wait,
against the
so what would you have
Backstreet
said
Boys.
that would have been?
NWA?
Maybe 5'12"?
Maybe a
Yeah,
413.
maybe. No, that's too high. That's way too-
5'12",
Yeah, it's too high.
6'11".
6'11.
Yeah.
Giving June that kind of respect. I like that. I
You
appreciate,
say June is 11.
I appreciate that. I know what I'm saying. I appreciate that. You guys, I'm
Maybe
giving a 413 on that. Okay, Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Backstreet Boys. I kind of want one of these boy bands to make it,
I don't.
but it's not. They won't make it this time.
You talking about Red Hot Chili
Yeah,
Peppers?
no.
That's a boy band.
They're
I
boy
know.
band.
Is that right? That's fair. You know, that's fair. But Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I know Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I don't at the same time.
Yeah, you do, man.
Yeah, you do.
Californication.
No, I know. That's why I say I know them and I don't. Californication was a big song that came out in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
They
another
like-
album that was huge. Was that the one with the video with the roller coaster? No, was that the same album? Remember what video I'm talking about? Oh, jeez, I can't remember this track.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers were like big in the early 90s, and then they kind of like disappeared for a
They
bit.
definitely did.
And then in the
Came
late
right back.
90s, they went
They're
they
back
went
right now.
nuts.
They're doing albums every other year right now, right? Danny California was almost.
You can say the same thing about Backstreet Boys.
Stadium Arcadia nominated for album of the year. Didn't win it though, but they won a Grammy for best box or special edition. Package.
Oh, wow.
How do you get a Grammy for that? Scar Tissue won best rock song. Californication best rock album didn't win. Nominated. Give It Away best hard rock performance. Under the Bridge, fantastic record.
now.
This band is fire. I love everything they do. I'm not sure how to say it to you guys. Even their new stuff that just came out now, I can listen to it front to back because I'm a Chili Peppers guy.
Love Roller Coaster. It was on the Beavis and Butthead.
Oh. Yeah. But that was like not really their song. That was a cover of a George Clinton song, right?
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. The Backstreet Boys were a great boy band.
They revived that after
New Kids?
no.
In Sync?
They basically brought that quote unquote boy band back to white people. I didn't know what I was saying. Because you had a lot of black boy bands like New Edition and all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
back then, and then these guys came out and they brought that poppy feel back to. Because before then, who would you say was the quote unquote boy band before them? Are we going all the way back to the Beatles?
Before these guys?
Yeah.
New Kids. New Kids on the Block.
Who?
New Kids on the Block were early 90s.
Yeah, they were like the.
Oh,
first.
sorry. Yeah, you're right.
And these
Sorry,
guys, that
you're
in
right.
Sync. I only consider them being ever three boy bands. I thought white people got into it late. Like they're just the last three boy bands. And now,
No, they had boy bands, but then like Beatles were considered a boy
okay.
band
All
type
right,
thing.
well,
The
okay.
Beach Boys were considered a boy
But
band.
I consider the Beach Boys and Beatles like talented. These guys are like pop stars. Someone makes the songs and they go out and they sing and
talented.
they
You
dance
can't
with
say
their
that.
shirts off. They didn't play instruments. Here's my thing.
If you didn't play instruments, you weren't.
Yeah, you don't unless you are rapping, because rapping the lyrics are very hard to write. At least now, the one thing I'm going to give you guys, and the reason why I think these guys should be in this tournament, when Backstreet's Back came out, where were you?
I don't remember, but I do remember the song coming out.
Or was I?
Yeah,
I don't remember where I was.
that was like oh snap! Like the girls
Hold
were
on a
so
sec. Where were you, Spike?
man. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. I remember I was sitting there and I was like this, and the girls were freaking out. I didn't know what was going on. And I heard the song Backstreet's Back. All right. I was like, oh man, that's pretty
That's how it
good.
started. Is that how it started?
The chorus. Everybody.
Okay, that's how it started. Okay.
Backstreet.
Is that the video where they dressed up as mummies and
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That
was a huge song. That was a huge track.
I Want It That Way, massive. As Long as You Love Me, yes. Quit Playing Games with My Heart, massive, massive, massive hits. They won awards and everything, all over the place. These guys were as big as it gets, but are they a top band of all time? And that's the question we're here to answer today.
We've been talking about this for way too long. This matchup,
Who you voting for then?
not the Backstreet Boys.
Seriously?
Red Hot Chili Peppers. Come on, like this is, I think, a 4-12.
Before 13.
No.
But, okay.
Sorry, 4-13.
See, I'm voting Backstreet Boys.
See,
Oh my god.
Red Hot Chili Peppers didn't last that long.
they're still they have an album. They're still out.
Are you getting it?
Because I have them all. I still have them.
They came out before the Backstreet Boys, and they're still putting out music now. How is that not lasting long?
I guarantee if the Backstreet Boys came out with an album right now, it'd be a much bigger deal than Red Hot Chili Peppers.
When you say bigger deal, what do you mean?
They'd probably sell more.
And then, is that matter? Like,
Definitely
is
someone.
that like something that
I'm just
you're
saying it's a big
valuing
deal.
it?
It's about streams now. It's streams now.
Yeah.
Well, like,
But that's enough.
I don't care if it sells low.
I
That's
know,
fine.
I get
That's
it.
fine. You have
Titanic
to.
sold the most
Movies.
tickets or whatever
Yeah, yeah.
for a while, and I didn't think that was the greatest movie ever. That's not how it
That
works.
definitely wasn't the greatest movie.
That's not how it works.
I get it. You
Sure,
take-
they might be a big thing, but like quality wise,
I'm gonna be honest. I would probably rock a lot more Backstreet Boys songs than I would Red Hot Chili
it's
Peppers.
your
He's
decision.
riding with it. I'm also taking the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Twitter and Instagram both took.
Is this greatest band of all time going to lean a lot more towards the instruments playing
Here's
type
the thing.
guys?
I think we are in a, and I think it's be hard for like a pop band or a hip hop band thing like that to win a tournament like this. Because if we're talking the greatest band of all time, you're thinking people go on stage, they get instruments, and they do a crazy like
necessarily.
show. I know, not necessarily for sure, but when you think the greatest,
Because I can't wait
think
till
they're-
Outkast comes up.
I know. And how far are they going to go? Right? That it's just the way.
As far as hip hop's concerned,
yeah.
in my head, Outkast's probably going to go first.
Yeah, but yeah, that's as
That's
far
just me, though.
As far as hip hop's concerned, right? 66% on Twitter, 66% on Instagram.
For who?
Red
For
Hot
who?
Chili
For who?
Peppers,
Okay.
both ways. So
That was it?
4-1. Yep, that's the first round.
I wonder how many times Megan Benson voted for Backstreet Boys.
She's like
She's making fake accounts.
she's like all the votes.
Burner
And
account.
She's tuned right out after this. Okay, so by the time you guys see this, the shoulders division will be up.
Meantime,
And get your votes in, guys, because your votes actually mean a lot to this tournament right now.
all right. I had a game. I'm going to skip that because we went a little long on that one.
Okay, well, that's that.
Thanks for that.
By the way, the Penguins are done,
And the Penguins are officially done.
Can
so,
we get into that, please?
and the Raptors won by 30.
Well, let's not talk about that.
do you want to save the Griffin thing for next week, Wells? Or do you want to speak on it now?
It's not like it's in a rush. I mean,
No?
Jackie Robinson's day was yesterday, but you you drive the show, man.
Tiger. What do you want to speak about Tiger? Winning the Masters?
We already had a huge fight about this.
I know, with all your lies.
Yeah,
but anyway.
but I am.
Big deal, small deal, not a deal at all, Wells.
It's a huge
Tiger.
deal.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
the biggest deal in sports right now. It is though. Like, it's,
Well, let all shows. Let all
come
shows,
on,
right?
it is. Let's let him have it. Let him have
It
it.
led all shows. There
Yeah.
you
There you go.
go. Wow.
He's 43 years old?
43 years old, second oldest guy to win a Masters. Jack Nicklaus won in '86. He was 46. I want to say
That's got nothing to do with what happened on this weekend.
this was technically
Don't say it.
Tiger's best Masters performance. This is his first time
What
not.
do you think he was
No,
no,
it
no, it's not. What do you think he was going to say?
I don't want to hear this the greatest comeback story
No,
of
no,
all
No,
time.
I'm not saying that. No,
Hear
that's
me
a
out, though.
recency
Hear me
bias.
out.
Yes, it
This is the first time Tigers won after and not being the leader going into Sunday, a Masters. This is the first time he's come back to win. Did he have an amazing round? No, he shot a 70. Not a great round by any means, but nobody came to get him, and he caught someone and overtook them to win. He's never done that before. Proud of the guy. Go
Well,
Tiger
and also
wins.
doing it at 43 years old, too.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're leaning towards the more of the falling from grace, Wells, and coming back to this.
I mean, here's my angle I'm approaching this. You know, put aside everything that has happened to him in his career because it's so magnified, so we know everything that's happened to him, right? Like, and everything, all the faults, all the bad things, the injuries. Put that all aside. What the most impressive thing about this was, and I talked about this in the group chat, is Tiger Woods dominated golf for a certain period of time.
Yes.
When there wasn't as good competition, he just ran the table and was amazing. And we saw, a peak athlete just dominate. What that did for this sport created so much talent and such better golfers today than there were back then, that the most impressive thing I see out of this is a 43-year-old man not schooling, but like he won over everything that he's pretty much created, over all the guys that he has made want to golf
That's a good angle.
and mold. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying
That's
to
a
say.
good- that's a better
That
angle.
is the
Yeah,
most
that's a good angle.
I take out of this is because all those guys that he was fighting are probably golfing a certain style, and they're fit and they're in shape and they're ball striking's insane. All that is because I think of Tiger Woods. And to come back and to beat all them, and I'm not the biggest Tiger lover, but to do that,
what he did is
I can't deny that. I can't deny what he did, and I have to admit that was incredible.
That's a good angle. That's the first time I've heard someone speak on it like that.
Because everyone's saying the same thing.
Yeah, I know. That's a pretty good angle on it.
I mean, yeah.
No, it's really good. The quote unquote fall from grace isn't as far as people think it was. Like even after the whole incident with his wife and whatnot, he was still a good golfer. It's just injuries and about
he's
hurt. The injuries. He was hurt for about a good 5-year stretch there.
Yeah,
and even now in his comeback, he's still highly ranked. I know Corey said he wasn't ranked. Like he was probably still one of the better golfers in the world.
Going into this weekend, he was the 12th ranked golfer.
Yeah,
he won the tour.
Nothing to sneeze at.
He won the tour championship, didn't he? Like last year.
Yeah,
like it's not like he's not playing good golf.
No, he's playing very good golf.
Right. It's just the fact that he came back and won like the Masters after all this time is really good. And Wells is right. He beat a field. He created, and those guys were cheering for him. Right. This was the first time in golf where guys are watching another guy win and like, hey, good for that guy. It was a feel good story, which made everything else better. If that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. These playoffs. Anything you want to touch on the playoffs? Anything you want to go? NHL, NBA.
I have one hot take.
Go.
Is it good for hockey that the President's Trophy team is out in 4 games and the game's biggest name is out in 4 games?
Is it good for hockey or is it good for the NHL?
Games. It's good for the NHL.
NHL doesn't care.
Is it good, though? Is it good? Does this hurt the playoffs for any of you?
No, because this is what they promote. They promote parity. They promote if you get in, it's all about getting in, and then the best team can lose. That's not true. But it happened.
Seems true.
Yeah, it did happen. It did happen this year. Because how many times has this actually happened in the history of the NHL? 4 times, and the other 3 times it happened.
Swept though?
Yeah. No, the number 1 seed losing to the first.
Yeah,
seed.
This is the first time they got swept
as the President's Trophy.
As a President's Trophy winner. The last time it happened, I think, was in the 90s.
Yeah, was in Detroit.
Yeah, and before that, 1930s.
So it doesn't happen. Like,
when there was only 6 teams, like it doesn't like. It's not a thing that happens all the time.
Yeah,
but the Lightning should be embarrassed. Lightning should be embarrassed.
They've been talking about this team all year, pushing.
We've been talking about this team all year,
promoting this team all year.
We just argued when we made our all teams how many Lightning should be on the team and which Lightning should be on the team.
Like I don't know how hockey feels about this.
Hockey's fine. They're going to promote it like. Parody. That's what they're going to do.
Guess so.
How do you feel? How do you feel about it? That's.
Oh, personally, I think it's poetic because I think the Lightning were in a tough team all season long, and they were just.
Well, the fact that the Blue Jackets beat them.
Well, Blue Jackets were fantastic.
And everyone said the fact that they made that trade for Duchesne was a mistake, and they shouldn't have done it.
Who said that?
A lot of, like Brian Burke and all those
old
school guys. Those old school guys in hockey.
Old school guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, old school mentality.
What did we say here? When they kept their players and they didn't sell and they went and they got someone.
I don't remember what we said. What did you say? I don't remember what I said. I honestly don't remember what I
said.
said.
If you have a chance to get in, why are you selling right now? There's no point in you selling. You have a chance.
Yeah.
Right? And no one knows what happened. We did not say they had a chance in this series. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But we also weren't they a point from not being in the series, though? They were close, right?
Yeah, they were 1 point ahead of the Habs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, moving up, though, as well.
Sorry?
Moving up as well. Like, they didn't have to be in the series. They could have had a better matchup. All I'm saying is
Carolina was ahead of them.
Like around that time, like you go for it.
No, they were only going to get in as 8th seed. But there was a point in the season where they were leading.
Well, the trade deadline, I'm thinking, when they
were leading the division.
Remember they kept a couple guys, and we were saying, when we were saying eventually, like these are Panner and whatever, they're like rentals at that point because they're after this year, we don't know where they're going to go. But like, why would you get rid of them? Why would you sign off when you have a chance to make a run, right? And now they are making a run. So.
Calgary Avalanche. Oh, sorry. Oh,
I don't get to chime in on this?
Sorry. You didn't say anything. You're just quiet.
Cow.
Okay,
well,
sorry.
You guys were talking. I'm not going to cut you off.
I expect you just to jump right in.
Look. No, we all... It's hard to take, against the best team that dominated the whole season, right?
Do you remember... Okay, sorry. I'm going to cut you off. And I'm like, do you remember what I said? Or what I asked? No, sorry.
I'm going to let you finish.
I'm going to let you finish. Beyonce had the best... Remember when I said when we were making our picks, I'm like, is there any way that the Blue Jackets can win? I'm like, could Bobrovsky actually have a good series? And everyone, nope. Everyone in this room, nope, there's no chance. But anyway.
I mean, sure, Bobrovsky's contributed to it, but like, here's... I have a couple angles from this as well. Is Tampa Bay, when was the last meaningful game they played up until this point? Maybe
Before the trade deadline, I don't know.
Maybe December?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe December? When's the last time Columbus played a meaningful game up until this point?
Every other game.
Every game to fighting into the playoffs. They won 7 of 8 to get into the playoffs, right? So, I mean,
Is that a thing, though?
listen. There's always that case of the hot team coming in. Now, the worst thing that could have happened was to win in 4, because now they're going to sit and wait for a week to find out who they're going to play, whether it's going to be Boston or the Leafs. Also,
it's another story. But
also, and this is kind of just a state of hockey sort of thing. Is there any sport that when you get to the playoffs, the entire gameplay changes as much as it does in the NHL?
what do you mean the gameplay?
The NHL.
Well, the whistle kind of goes away when it's not
Disappears.
like ticky-tacky calls.
I would say every playoff.
People hit like how many times have you seen Leafs hit players in a game this year? And
not
how
a
many,
lot.
like they probably hit more people in these 3 games than they have all season combined.
Yep.
And what I'm saying is like Tampa played a certain way through a whole year, and it didn't hold up
doesn't
in the
work.
playoffs
It
against
didn't.
the.
Whoa, I didn't even see them play that way in this series. It's like they didn't even come out to play.
No, they weren't. They didn't have any free ice, which was all they
No,
had.
they
all
didn't come out to
season
play.
long.
Like
Yeah.
they're supposed to. It looked like they looked like roles were reversed.
Yeah.
Like Lightning were that team where we're way more talented than you guys, and we're gonna run you off the ice. That's what it looked like, and it looked like the Lightning weren't talented. When you know that's not true, the Lightning were way more talented, but. It's like they didn't. Maybe you're right. Maybe there's something to
Well,
that. Wells, what you're talking about.
Did Hedman,
It's like they didn't.
Did Hedman
play.
even play tonight though? Like Hedman wasn't
I
there.
wasn't watching.
I don't know.
I would like to say he didn't play the last 3 games in the series. Kucherov suspended for Game 3. There are things there, but I mean,
But they're way talented. There's still Stamkos there. There's still Point.
Stamkos isn't the same.
Kucherov. Everyone
Kucherov,
thinks
like, they're-
Kucherov's going to win the Heart, but I mean the votes are already in, so it doesn't matter.
He's won the Heart. There's no way he's not going to the Heart. But
I didn't agree with that.
wow, right?
Yeah, man, they should be embarrassed.
They won as many games in the playoffs as Edmonton did, as Ottawa did, as
Montreal did.
yep. Crazy, eh?
Coach gets fired.
They just extended him. Like they just signed him to a contract.
What do they? What do you
That's
do?
grounds for dismissal.
What
no,
do, what do you do if you're Tampa Bay?
You
What
run
are
it
you
back.
saying
You
right
run it
now
back.
in this locker room?
you're done. You're never going to go anywhere in the playoffs. with
What
that team.
conversations
No,
are you
you run
having
it back.
right now?
You run it back. You're running it back.
Oh, he's coming back, but like
No, the whole team's coming back.
Hey,
You run
Virginia
it back.
did it in
Well,
Savannah.
actually, I don't know because they got to
Well,
pay.
they
They
gotta
got to
pay
pay
Braden
Point.
Point.
Yeah.
This is legitimately the ultimate embarrassment in hockey.
It is, but you run it back. That's basically what it is.
well, they live in Tampa. They'll forget about it tomorrow.
Yeah, so
That's why
they'll be in Florida. Hanging out. They just won't see the ice.
Like, I can't remember what year it was. The Capitals lost to Montreal Canadiens. Remember on the come up and they had Halak in net? They just check it as like, we lost, and that's it.
Yeah, well,
they came back the following year. Like
Yeah.
it happens from time to time, right?
I guess you can't. What else can you do, right?
Yeah.
At that point, should we go the other sweep?
Go on. What's the other sweep? Pens?
Pens are gone. Now, is Trotz that good? Trotz beat this team last year. The Penguins.
Is Trot that good, or did the Penguins just basically come in hurt? They fought their way to get to the playoffs as is. Mind you, they did get what were they? Second in the division?
Third seed.
Third seed in the division.
in their division.
It was Sidney Crosby basically holding this team up the whole way. I don't know. It's not that much of an embarrassment, I see.
Well,
I mean,
they
they could've
are
got
the
a-
worst seed, so it can't be an
They could have
embarrassment.
got. They could have got. Maybe
could've
one or
played.
2 games, and I think all of us in this room picked them.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's
but I
an
don't
upset.
see it. It is. It's
not as bad.
Not as bad.
Yeah, because what we just saw the other. If
They
if
weren't
Tampa
like
Bay,
blowout games like
No.
the Tampa Bay games were,
if
and
No, because we all said the Islanders couldn't score really, and
Yeah,
they
no,
didn't.
They didn't.
They didn't.
I mean they scored more than
Yeah, they
Pittsburgh.
did.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying they scored more than 3 goals one time. I think in the 4-game series.
I think it was the first game. They scored 3 goals. I think.
Well, they scored 3
I
in this
already
one.
saw something on Twitter that Islanders only trailed for 4 minutes and 21 seconds the entire series.
Yeah.
Well, that's so.
But it's-
Pens didn't score at all.
Does
Like-
does Trotz have something? Because he beat this team
and Sidney
last.
Crosby didn't show up
No one showed
at all.
Well, no one didn't score any goals, so obviously no one showed up. But like,
Is Trotz that good? I don't know.
does he have something?
I'm not.
I don't want to face them next round.
Yeah.
No, it's going to probably be. Well, who knows? Going to be. But
Well, it's going to be.
I don't know. I don't.
Washington.
To say Trotz,
Washington or Carolina.
does Trotz have something? Yes, he already does. It didn't take this series for me to know that, though. I knew he was good. I knew he was a good coach from before. It didn't. I didn't need to see because to me, it's more. It was more the Penguins didn't show up.
then
then Islanders actually
good.
winning.
Islanders look great. I'll say it like that. They
Yeah.
controlled the
But again,
series.
Sidney Crosby, did you even notice him on the ice?
No, well, if
You know
they
what I
don't
mean?
score 5 goals, you're not going to notice Sidney Crosby, right? But I
I
mean,
didn't notice
they
Malkin either.
yeah, they neutralized them. Malcolm hasn't played.
I don't know if they
well yet.
neutralized. They didn't show up. I don't know. But the next series maybe show me a little bit more of what the Islanders can do. They've already exceeded expectations, and clearly Tavares was holding them back.
Yeah, right. That's right. Well, I mean, give Trotz Tavares. What more can you do? Right?
Yeah. Any other series you guys want to touch on in the
Oh man,
NHL?
Flames and the Avs is fire right now.
Are the Flames in trouble?
Yeah.
Nathan McKinnon is scary.
He's the early Conn Smythe favorite.
Yeah, I didn't know he was. I mean, and I like the kid.
Is he the best player in the playoffs? Was?
I don't know, like Stone's.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
him or Stone.
I'll make a name. Nathan McKinnon is showing his number 1 pick and what number 1 picks could do if you don't, right? And I don't know if Calgary has enough to check him. I don't know how to say it.
Remember, I think me and Wells said that Calgary's not going to go that far. They'd be lucky.
I
to
thought they would get past
the
this
first round,
yeah.
but then we're like, yeah, we're not going to go that far.
Well, it's only
I think you argued against us, but
It's really early.
it is
Yeah,
early.
it's
They're
3
only
games
it's only
in.
2-1 right now.
yeah,
2-1, but you gave up home ice advantage.
Yeah,
but like every team.
but they can get it back. But yeah,
no,
the
they can't now.
way they're playing, the way that it looks like the Avalanche. The way they're playing, yeah, Flames are in trouble.
Flames have to win 1 game on the road to win the series. So.
Yeah,
Well,
Flames.
it's like yes, but like losing a game at home, that's what you have to do.
Pred Stars.
That's
Again,
I mean, this has
I think
been a
it's-
grinder.
I haven't seen enough of this to like.
I think it's
It's
going
been
to
a grinder. Pecorino stole the game last night.
Yeah,
That's tough, man.
yeah. I think it's
I
going
take experience.
Blues Jets.
It's a good one too, man. This is a really good one.
See
No one's winning
Did you
at
see
home.
Bufflin knock the puck off dude's head? That was the best goal of the playoffs so far.
Well, their last game was probably their best game. No, the Jets.
Well,
the Jets
they won, yeah.
yeah, they won. That's like. Other than that, I haven't really. Other than that game, I really haven't seen the quote unquote Jets in this series.
I think
it
that
looks Blues for
I
sure.
think that team is gone. I think those guys don't exist anymore.
What do you mean?
The Jets that we thought were in the Stanley Cup last year, I don't think that team exists anymore.
So the last game, you think it was a fluke?
No, they won the game. They got to win some games. And
I understand, but I'm saying, do you think you're going to see? Are you thinking you're not going to see that team ever again, or that was a fluke? They stood up and like, hey, we can win one, and the Blues are just going to take it.
No. I think it's going to be like a 6-game series. But
Yeah.
I think the Winnipeg Jets team that we thought was the best team in the league from last year, that's not the same team we see this year. I don't think they're better than the St.
I don't
Louis
think I called
Blues.
that. I don't think I said they were going to be that good.
Yeah, no. But
I
no,
said they're a young team that's on the rise type thing.
Wells took them last year to go to the Cup final.
He did last year. That was last year.
Last year,
Jets?
The Jets.
He didn't say
And
that
I
this year,
didn't. I didn't argue with him.
though. Yeah, I didn't. Sharks Knights.
Good series, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sharks goaltending is getting exposed.
Yeah, well,
And we argued because you said it was a mismatch for Knights, and I thought it was a mismatch for the.
You know,
Things-
I always doubt the Knights, and this is what I
Always-
get. Man.
always
And you
bites,
also
man.
picked the Sharks too, I think.
I picked the Sharks. Well, aren't the Sharks trying to tie it tonight?
They're playing tonight.
They're playing right
They're
now.
up 2-1.
It's 1-0 Vegas.
Yeah. So, like I thought going in, it was going to be a mismatch for the Sharks.
I thought the
against
Sharks were
Flames.
going to steamroll them too.
Yeah. So, Capitals Canes. Great showing last time for
did
Canes.
you
It was
see
4-0.
kid get
dummy?
shelled by Ovi in
Didn't Ovi apologize?
4 points? He had to.
You shouldn't.
That kid.
He challenged him. He
Yeah.
did challenge him.
The guy went up to.
Yeah, he went up to Ovechkin.
Okay, yeah. You
Yeah,
said
Well, no,
he,
Ove, they were chipping at that kid the whole time. Don't get me wrong, but that kid was the guy that looked at Ovechkin and was like, "Hey, you want to go?" And Ovechkin dropped the glove.
Two
and
Russians going at it.
I'm gonna say it like this: he gave him the business. I was like, And did you hear the commentary?
No.
Oh my god! The commentator goes, "Oh my god! Get the trainer out! This kid's hurt. He's not getting up. Go get the trainer out. Go now.
Well,
Go!"
they allow
He
fighting,
was,
right? This is
he
what happens when
was
you allow fighting.
concerned.
Canes have a chance.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah.
They are not a bad hockey team. I don't know how to say it. I thought they were outmatched. they're a good team.
Did they do the storm surge after?
No, they said they weren't going to do it anymore.
Okay.
That sucks.
Do you guys want to go long on Leafs Bruins?
Let's go.
A lot closer than I think. A lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Or he
It's
thought
going
Boston
7.
was going to kill him.
I thought Boston was going to go.
Now, I want you to understand.
Now, when game 2 happened, I was like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I absolutely knew I was going to come back, and I thought it was going to continue
Like that. all the way
going
through.
forward. And Leaf said, no, it's not.
No.
You said 7, though, right? Wells?
Yeah, you
you
said
said
6 or 7. The Boston Bruins cannot play like that every night.
No, they cannot.
They are old. They are very
old.
The Leafs are
There's
younger.
a few players that are
Who's
old.
old on that team?
Char? Are you talking about Char? Is
Yeah,
cool.
Chara and Bergeron are like the oldest players on that team.
So the Leafs last night.
Leafs have Marlowe. Like, old.
That's why. What I said. That's why I said is Barlow signed that third line because he's gonna get hurt when they play tomorrow.
He's not centering.
That's what it was. He took a lot of faceoffs. Yes, that's why I looked at it. I think that the Leafs are the more talented hockey team
I think so too.
from top to bottom.
That's not a question, though. They are the most talented hockey team. If you look at their players, top to bottom, they are the most talented. I even said that they're the most
Right.
talented. But it's the way the Bruins play because their top line is better than.
Their top line is getting shut down, and I know it's
Have
not.
you even noticed?
Pasternak?
Pasternak's invisible.
Yeah.
Marchand
was
is
gonna
not.
Bergevin?
But not. No, those guys are playing well. They're not
No,
lighting it up.
no,
They're
no,
like,
no.
You know who's shutting them down?
Marchand. I was gonna say Marchand. I haven't really noticed him on the
You
ice.
You know
really.
who's shutting them down?
Give my boys credit.
Johnny T.
Yeah.
He's playing a great hockey.
He's not lighting up the score sheet, but
No, he's playing
playing
great 2A hockey.
Yeah.
he's playing he's playing the best I think I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, I was gonna say Marchand. I haven't noticed him on the ice at all.
He's
I know.
doing
At all.
his Marchand
Marchand's
thing,
doing
but
work.
Really?
Yeah, he's
I
talented.
don't know, man. He isn't. I know he's talented.
Yeah,
but
the
that's
score,
why. That's
the
what I'm saying.
score was
Isn't-
not saying it, but he's getting all over the ice and doing his thing.
I don't know, man.
They're
it looks like the Leafs
concentrating.
are actually shutting him down.
They're working hard to stop him. He has the puck on his stick a lot. Did you see my fourth line getting in early shifts?
Yeah,
They were
They look good,
beating
man.
guys up.
Yeah, they're not screwing up.
No, they
NBA.
scored.
I know. NBA.
They're the reason why we won that game.
I don't know if they're the reason, but whatever.
Mitch Marner blocking shots.
Mitch Marner is a beast.
NBA. Golden State lost yesterday.
Yo, this is crazy. Man.
This is the crazy thing. Never seen anything like this.
the
Patrick Beverley is getting in Kevin Durant's head.
Yeah, and he's having fun.
Cameron doesn't care, man.
He's trying not to care.
He got kicked. Didn't he get another technical?
I don't know. He sat on the bench and watched his team get torched. Boogie Cousins is out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this
That's
is
a
a
shame.
problem, but like,
That's not a problem, but it's a shame though.
but you gave up 85 points in the second half to the
Jeez,
LA Lou Williams.
To Lou.
Yo, Sweet Lou was toasted. He was roasted.
Though I remember they said Lou Williams was a professional scorer, not a basketball player. He gets
is
the
a
ball, puts it in the hoop for a living. Now, no Boogie. Super team's dead. Are you?
They were a super team before they.
I know, but they were a super
They
team.
were a super team before they got
Durant.
Durant.
Yeah, so super team's still there. Rockets, Jazz.
I mean, it's only one game,
Yeah.
but surprised at how big it was, the deficit. And Harden only got 29.
Only 29.
No, but like, look at how they got there. Look at how they got there.
I know what you mean. But they're letting him. What they're doing is they're letting him drive right all the time, and they're funding him into Rudy Gobert. So that might be why he's not getting.
That's
as
why I
much.
held him to 29.
That's why we hold him only to 29. It was either that or 50.
Do you want to talk about Enes Kanter?
Woo,
Just
woo. 20 and 18.
deciding he's gonna roast OKC.
I thought.
Kanter
No,
sucks.
he's scoring. No. He can score. That's not the problem. And I was talking to Mark about this. Shout out to Mark. Now we're moving on to Portland Thunder. Because if you put him in pick and roll defense, he's horrible. He cannot defend worth a damn. And I don't think the Thunder went at him enough. But he torched him on the other side. And Damian Lillard, I'm kind of sad I didn't put him on first team.
First team?
Yes.
Dame's good when he's hot. But when he's not hot, he's
No,
useless.
he's one of the best point guards in the league.
Well,
Period.
You're gonna see
Would you rather have Damian Lillard or Russell Westbrook if you're starting a team?
Westbrook.
Wells?
Who?
If
Westbrook
you're
or
starting a
Lillard?
team, if you're starting a team or Lillard, Westbrook or Lillard.
I'd take Lillard.
Yep, Lillard. I'd pick Lillard.
I don't know. I think you're gonna see tonight that why Lillard, because I don't think Lillard over a 7-game series can't be consistent enough for this team to be competitive.
He can be consistent enough. It's his team.
well,
I'm talking about his
they
team.
got swept last year. It won't happen this year, but
Yeah. Nuggets Spurs?
anyone feel bad for the Nuggets?
Not really.
No. What's there to feel bad about?
You
Well, well, in that game, you saw the lack of depth, right?
Yeah.
You saw that if Joker wasn't doing anything, Jokic wasn't doing anything, they weren't scoring. Murray wasn't really doing anything, and again, he could come back. Again, it's all early days in all these series.
not coming back tonight.
We're only down 7 at the third.
Bucks Pistons.
What next?
You know that walking rule in baseball? When you decide you're going to walk someone, you
Just tap out the series. Just like, hey, we're not going to.
We're
going to
walk you. Just
in the series.
Yeah, let's just go.
We're
Yeah,
good.
Blake Griffin's hurt, and I don't see them doing anything.
That was all they could do was with him.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I mean, you lost your best player. That's
Yeah.
the end of the series.
Yep.
This is 4. They're done.
Celtics Pacers.
I feel bad for the Pacers, man. I wonder if they're going to win a game in this series because Boston didn't play good in Game 1 at all.
No, and it's
No,
not.
it was, what was the score? Like 84, 74?
Yeah.
Boring.
Which going forward, you kind of worry about what's Boston going to do.
Well, that's Boston's kind of game. Boston can slow you down. You're not scoring a lot, and they can give you a half-ass effort and still win. And
Horford, though, I will say Horford, man, that guy was playing awesome. He was probably their best player by far. I'm Boston. Sixers Nets Game 2. Game 1, everyone was worried because they lost. Obviously,
Who's they?
76ers. Game 2, they basically sent a message. At
Spanked them.
one point, they put in Brogdon, right? At power forward.
Brogdon plays for the Bucks.
Who am I talking about?
Bojan.
Bojan. Yes, sorry. Bojan. They put in Bojan at power forward. The smallest guys on the 76ers was 6'7".
Who, Ben Simmons?
No.
No, Ben Simmons is 6'10".
What's the guy? Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. That's like, they are a really, really big team.
The
And if they play that way, they're
76ers
going to...
are very scary. I don't want to see them in the
Size-wise.
second round.
Size-wise, they're scary.
Well,
Really? They're not that good.
Okay. Well,
They're a big team. Like, you saw what happened in the first round. To me, the 76ers are a team that's like, they're looking for someone to beat them. That's the way it feels like to me. If you like punch them in their mouth once, they're like, okay, we're
don't
done.
want any of that.
We're done.
There is-
Trainer throwing a towel, we're done.
There's too much talent on this team for them to go quietly. Way too much.
Finally, Raptors,
Cares.
Orlando.
Who cares? Had enough of talking about these guys.
Oh, you want to talk about how Lowry should be benched?
No, I didn't say that. I said he can't score 0.
Yo,
What did he score tonight? 8? They won by 30?
And again, me personally, I was not worried because, again, game 1, Lowry didn't score any points. He did everything else, but he didn't score any
The
points.
history of the Raptors, man.
Yeah.
They're 2-14 in game 1s.
Orlando had to play their best game ever
To get away.
just to win by 3.
Yep.
And Lowry didn't even score. And how many minutes did
32.
32 for Leonard? Sorry, I couldn't even get that out. Leonard.
The Kawhi scored every minute he was on the court.
Oh, they were just feeding it to him.
Lowry had 22 tonight.
Yeah, Kawhi had 37.
Oh, I don't hear Benny saying anything in the group.
No Benny.
Did you look at the group chat?
No.
But guess who didn't score? Danny Green, no points.
That's fine.
Trade him. Bench him.
Right? He took 4 shots. Was
Bench
like, I don't got it
his
tonight.
AS.
I'm done.
Oh, I can't wait to go in the group. Okay, anything else you guys want to talk about?
Oh, man, this has been a lengthy episode.
Yes, very lengthy. We're gonna bring that topic because I had that same topic for a while. I just didn't have any time to throw it in there.
Okay.
So that's it. We podcasted.
I thought we were talking about the topic.
The what?
I thought we were going to talk about
We're
the topic.
done.
No, we're done, man.
Well, you can find the Team Podcast everywhere you take your podcast. That includes Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get yours. Also find us on our favorite social media spots, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and my personal favorite, Tumblr.
What else?
Veepin52 on Instagram. Veep52 on Twitter. And follow me at the Horseway Podcast. I'm out.
And of course, you can find all.
This guy dropped the mic.
He probably has to go. And of course,
This guy dropped the mic.
and of course, you can find.
What a savage.
And of course, you can find all this podcast goodness on the Park Daily, theparkdaily.com. Helps us out. We're coming up with a few new ideas. Gotta get some more podcasts, some more Zero Series.
For when
Out
it heats
there.
up in here in the summer.
Yeah, when it heats up here in the summer. Maybe get the animated show going. I got a movie, we haven't had that one in a while.
You guys haven't.
It's so tough to get these guys all together. That's the problem. That's the absolute problem. Anyway,
Endgame's out in a couple of weeks.
we're going to try and get together on that one. We're going to try to get that together on. Anyway, so we're out. Hitting with that theme song.
Nash Wells is my host.
Team Podcast. We love sports just like you.